Stand by for the MJ Morning Show. MJ Morning Show. Rock and roll. Showtime.
The MJ Morning Show on a Friday as we are getting ready to wrap up this week. Another test drive with Chloe last night as I believe a decision is nearing. Man, I can't believe the number of emails that I have from listeners. I mean, Michelle, probably, and I told you this last night, probably the greatest response that I've had in a very long time as far as doing content and having just the bulk of emails with listeners making recommendations on what Chloe should look at or what Chloe's first car should be. I've got dozens and dozens and dozens of emails, and everyone has an opinion on what Chloe should get. Chloe's 23. She's never had a car. Remember, we spent a chunk of time in New York, in Manhattan. When I went up to do a morning show up in New York, we were up there from 2015 to 2020. And then in middle of COVID, we moved back to Tampa Bay, and Beasley, the owner of this radio station, Q105, 104.7 FM, and others, they approached me about relaunching the MJ Morning Show, which we did on October 5th of 2020. Point is, Chloe graduated in 2020. Man, again, that just sucks. I feel so bad again for the kids that... Fester, why do you have a grumbly face on?
You could get over that. It's been a minute.
No, I'm not going to get over that. I feel bad for the kids that graduated high school in 2020 and they got hosed and screwed out of a graduation.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But also, Chloe's driving years or learning to drive years were in Manhattan, and now she had no reason to really learn how to drive up there and didn't get her license until she came back to Florida. And, same thing with Julian. Julian, both the kids, because Julian was at boarding school for a bunch of years. And, Julian also had a late school start because, both kids, because Julian's a July 4th birthday, Chloe's an August 20th birthday. So we held them back a year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we did.
So, they didn't learn to drive on the normal schedule of like a 16-year-old kid here in Florida.
No. And then the plan was for her to learn how to drive the summer before she went to college. And, of course, that was the COVID year. And by the time they opened, you couldn't even get an appointment anywhere to do anything. It was crazy. Yeah. So the poor thing, so long story short, poor thing, she didn't get to learn how to drive until she was, 19 and home. And
Yeah. So, a little delayed in, Fester, don't say the word.
But she's,
a guy will freak out again.
Listen,
even though you use the word
correctly,
completely correctly with no disparagement.
But she's doing okay. She's learning how to drive. I wouldn't buy her an RV, Fester.
Also, one thing, and that guy, I don't want to get specific, but also has told stories that were just completely untrue and disparaging me. Anyway, go ahead, Michelle.
I wouldn't buy her an RV.
Yeah, well, I could put her in a small one. I could take care of vehicle and room and board for this law school if she wants to.
Hey,
one shot.
Don't mention that to MJ. That sounds like a great idea.
Hold on.
I mean, wait a minute.
Andrew was in my ear. What did you say?
I was about to say I could help her with both a vehicle and her room and board situation
at the same time.
All in one.
I'm sure there's a campground somewhere near
wherever she is.
Fancy schmancy school.
Wherever the hell. Well, hold on. What do you mean fancy schmancy school?
Is she going to like ITT Tech? Is she going to like DeVry?
She's going to some.
Is she going to the University of Phoenix?
Yeah, University of Phoenix.
I mean, is she going to Arizona University?
Yeah.
Is she going to Grand Canyon University? Is she going to one of those? Is she going to Oral Roberts?
So
maybe.
Chloe is going to end up somewhere at law school, and again, she's going to need a car, and whatever law school she ends up with, she's going to need a car.
She's going to Florida Gulf Coast University, huh? She's going down there? No?
We don't know where she's going.
On the wait list.
She's going to Valdosta State?
She's on the wait list.
Valdosta State? Is she? Go Blazers?
We don't know where she's going to end up. But, Fester, you got a nice used RV you can put her in?
Yeah, I do. Got a couple of them.
I want you to get her the Breaking Bad RV.
I could help her with that.
What was that? Do you know?
It was a 1986 Winnebago Bounder.
Was it? Is that accurate?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, for those that don't know, Fester, his real job, where he really feeds the family, that comes from his work as a salesman at General RV.
I feed the family with this job. I feed myself with the other job. That's why I need all that money. That's why. All right.
After we ended the MJ Morning Show in 2012, Fester stumbled into, did you do multiple things before the RV deal, or was the RV deal the first thing that you stumblated into?
I used to own the tanning salons. So I had to close them.
Oh, that's right.
I sold them.
Right. How many tanning salons did you have?
Eventually I had 4.
Wow.
Hold on. You had 4 tanning salons?
Yeah. I'd strong arm people and put them out of
business.
Hold
on. I know that you had the tanning salon on Neptune Street.
And then
off of Dale Mabry, South Tampa, where you have the Publix on South Dale Mabry and Neptune, and then you have the shopping center right across the way, and that had the Moe's. Did we ever find out what happened to Moe's? Why did Moe's shut down over there?
He was deported. Mose wasn't a citizen. Who
So,
knew?
Fester used to have Planet Beach, right? And then what other tanning salons did you have?
Well, we bought a store, this franchise in Carrollwood,
right?
then the one in Plant City, on Redmond.
Dude,
and
you were like a tanning salon mogul.
I didn't hold them for too long.
How did it all fall apart?
I didn't. I sold them all.
Oh, okay. All right. Were you making money?
The store or now? Yeah, I mean,
No. Were you making money in the tanning business? So why'd you sell them?
It was a time.
Time.
The industry's changing.
And then you screwed the Small Business Administration, didn't you?
I settled with the Small Business Administration.
You know what? Doesn't that come? That's taxpayer money right there. So you screwed the American taxpayer.
I'm a taxpayer, so I used my own
Hey,
service.
Meredith.
So tanning is
Meredith.
no longer a thing?
Hey, did you ever go to Fester's Tanning Salon? Did you ever go to? You went to?
I still go there, even though he doesn't own it anymore.
Hold on, you still go to the
Yes.
It's an old Planet Beach.
No, it's something completely. I don't even know what it's called now.
What's it called now?
Glow tanning.
Glow tanning.
So
yeah.
that's Fester's
place.
old spot.
Yeah, and then they have red light therapy beds there as well, which I've been using for years.
And do they know that Fester used to own that spot?
You know, I don't walk in there and go, "Excuse me,
Yeah.
do you know what happened in the establishment years ago?"
Yeah, you'd be amazed at how little I and Meredith talk about this show when we're not here for the 4 hours a day.
All right.
It might be a little weird, you know.
Yeah, I never. What if I told you I never reference you outside of work? out of my way. If somebody brings it up, I'll address it. But I never go out of my way and say, "Hey, I have his friend named MJ," and he think so.
Yes,
Anyway,
you kept me tan and sexy for many years, Fester. Thank you very much.
well, after I stopped, you picked up the baton and just ran with it.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, and
Speaking of which, I need to tan.
what
really
happened
bad.
to the Moe's in there? The Moe's just disappeared. Did you notice that?
Yeah. I mean, does anybody go to Moe's anymore? I think everybody goes to Chipotle and other
Is
places.
that what happened? Moe's has fallen out of favor?
Yeah, I used to love Moe's, but their quality control, I would say, has gone down.
Oh.
But their queso's really good.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Restaurant analysis from Meredith.
Tanning and food.
yeah,
Thank you
thank you.
very much.
Have a
We'll be
nice
back
day.
after
We
this.
call
All right.
April and cancel that Meredith Mose
All
endorsement.
right. 6:09 at the MJ Morning Show. Oh, Fester's all excited about the concert list at Busch Gardens.
You know what? It's a good list.
Yeah. And so hold on a minute. There's a whole lineup. I'm going to see how quickly Andrew can start playing music from the control room for the acts that are relevant that I mention on the Busch Gardens Spring and Summer Concert Series. Now, there's a lot of crap coming. And I mean crap in a very good way. And then what's going on with Papa John's?
The guy or this business?
Well, hold on. Well, guess what? It's a good cliffhanger. Hang on. We'll tell you next on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Just getting rolling at 6:10. How about some traffic? 8:32 here on a Friday morning. Hello, everybody. My name is MJ. Michelle, my lovely wife, has been coming in to, assist a bit while we're on the search for a permanent new member of the MJ Morning Show. Fester.
It's just amazing that the first month without a permanent member of the morning show, we finished number one. I'm just saying.
Very good.
Maybe they just want jokes, MJ.
Yeah.
Maybe this whole
Listen,
DEI morning show thing where we have to have this kind of person. Maybe it's not.
Hold on,
what
you
we-
say DEI Morning Show?
Yeah. That's what it is. Do you don't think that's what it is?
What?
Or some consultant saying, okay, now you have to hire a woman. You have because you need two guys and you need a woman to mansplain something to.
Well, we do.
We don't. We
No.
just need jokes.
No, we do. No,
We really
no.
don't.
I love the female perspective, and having a great female member on the MJ Morning Show is absolutely essential.
Yeah, you and I both.
And that will happen.
And
That will occur. All right, 6:21 at the MJ Morning Show. And listen, Fester just mentioned that, we did. For the ratings came out, the Nielsen ratings. And again, next month we could suck according to the numbers. Now, listen, I know where this morning show sits. I know that we are absolutely, constantly and consistently a top 3 morning show, in the prize demographic. There's no doubt about that. I know this market. I know the audience. I know the response. I know. I just know. But just the way the system works, it's just it can be a little up and down and erratic and not always reflect complete reality. No, but MJ Morning Show for January, we were number 1. 25 to 54 persons. So thank you. Look, I'll take what I can get. I'll take whatever I'll take whatever we can get. But I know where this morning show is on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly basis. 6:22 at the MJ Morning Show. Thanks for on paper making the MJ Morning Show number 1.
that's what the promo should say.
Yeah.
Number 1 on paper.
So Michelle's over here. Mm-hmm. Michelle's over here during the break going, and then she says, "Oh my God, my porridge is so good." What are you, freaking Goldilocks, or who had the porridge?
It was
it
Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Was it?
Yeah. Remember when one was too hot, one was too cold, and the other one was just right?
You made some cream of wheat.
Yes.
Why are you calling it porridge?
Because in the rice maker, you use the porridge setting. So it's porridge, right?
It's 3.5 minute cream of wheat. So this
No.
is what?
Was the old-
It's 68 minutes in the rice maker.
It's the old-fashioned cream of wheat?
Well,
I don't know. It's the one that comes in the box with the man on the front with the bowl and the little
All right, so
chef hat.
right, you're not making the instant cream of wheat. I prefer malto meal, by the way, to cream of wheat, but that's a whole. I like them both. All right, so Michelle has, after years of complaining about my rice makers and my obsession with great Japanese koshi hikari sticky rice and my amazing zojirushi rice makers. After years of complaining, this is taking up too much counter space. How many rice makers do you need? Michelle has now found a reason to love my rice maker because the zojirushi has a porridge setting and what you can cook on the stove in 3.5 minutes.
Nope. It's a little longer than 3.5 minutes.
What, 5 minutes?
Michelle, I've made the stovetop cream of wheat and malto meal many times, but the deal is,
The key is to stir.
listen, I did try it. The cream of wheat on the 68-minute zojirushi rice maker cycle, it's a whole different ball game.
Oh, it is.
It's a whole different freaking level. And so Michelle is enjoying her porridge that she brought in from home, and she's sitting here like the What About Bob scene. Remember the scene with Bill Murray in What About Bob? Mm-hmm. And what's his face? Richard Dreyfuss. Remember? Remember this? He's having dinner at their house. This is Michelle with her porridge. This is great. He's just
eating the corn.
remember he was a patient of Richard Dreyfuss who was like a psychiatrist and just shows up at their summer home. And he's just sitting at the dinner table. He's just eating a corn on the cob. and then now he's having some soup. Is that? This is Michelle.
Will you stop that, please?
Michelle, will you stop that, please?
I mean, she was really going overboard for this porridge.
Holy crap. All right, so Fester's all excited. The Busch Gardens, I haven't been to Busch Gardens in a long time.
We should go.
They should probably invite me on a VIP tour. It's been a while.
Did you know most of their roller coasters have a fat seat?
What?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No
I've
way.
been on the roller coasters before, and like when I get up there, the guy says, "Hey, Oops, row 3."
They
And
have
it's like 2 inches bigger.
Really?
Yeah, they have a fat seat.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, like, if you fly Spirit, you should get the big front seat instead of the regular. The Spirit seats are very small.
I fly no other way when I fly Spirit.
All right, so Fester is all excited. He handed me the Busch Gardens concert lineup for 2025.
I love to see things like this. I love to see Busch Gardens doing well and having awesome acts.
Oh, listen, it's right there, Busch Gardens in town. So Busch Gardens Tampa Bay Food and Wine Festival is returning in what, March?
Yeah, it starts March. I think the first concert's March 7th.
Yeah.
But it goes for a couple months, right?
Yeah, so I'm just going to pick out the bands that interest me, and I'm going to see how quickly Andrew can play the song, how quickly Andrew can bring it up and play it from the computer system in the producer's booth. Andrew, are you ready to play?
We'll give it a shot.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for How Quickly Can Andrew Play Crap from the Computer when I mention an artist or band name. Man, that name of the game show just rolls right off the tongue.
I like it.
Yes.
It's a good name.
All right, here we go. So the first one that interests me, Saturday, March 8th and 7th. Oh, I'm sorry. Saturday, March 8th at 7 p.m.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, well, there's a problem with that one already.
Yeah.
Why is that?
What?
That's this, not this weekend. That
Next
would be
weekend.
next weekend.
Right.
You're gone.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm not
well-
going to be here.
Well, you're not going to.
Yeah.
We're not going to these
So-
concerts.
The first concert that interests me is Mickey Thomas. So Starship featuring Mickey Thomas. Oh, get out of here. You looked at the list. All right, Andrew is preloaded. You've cheated. You have cheated. Andrew is preloaded. But now, are you going to be able to have the ones that I find interesting?
We'll find
out.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to know. So, Starship did We Built This City. They also did Never Gonna Stop Us Now. How quickly can you bring that one up? Yeah. Hey, okay, smart guy. How quickly can you bring up Starship? Not quite as fast on Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now versus We Built This City. Yeah. Oh, he's struggling to find that one quickly. Of course, those are the two.
Struggling
big,
to get the thing to play.
and then Sarah. We played that ridiculously for was it one of the storms?
We had a storm named Sarah?
Yeah, there was Hold on. This is Sarah. Yeah, what about Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now, tough guy? Yeah, where's that one? Why are you having such a hard time bringing that one up? Here it is. All right. Now, my question is, Starship at Busch Gardens featuring Mickey Thomas, does that include the incredible Grace Slick? No Grace Slick?
She left years
Oh,
ago.
my God. Well, they got to bring her back.
Well, for the
She
Busch
quit-
Gardens event?
Yes.
She quit when she turned 50 because she said rockers look stupid on stage over 50 years old.
That's what Grace Slick said?
Yeah.
Oh.
You think we're crazy? Man, I love Grace Slick's voice. One of the greatest female voices of all time. Annie Lennox also in that category.
I'll give you 5 points if you can tell me what movie that song is.
Which
from.
one?
Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now.
Can you play it again?
I know.
Fester knows?
Hold on. Play it again. Play it again, please. So, what movie is Nothing Gonna Stop Us Now from? I can see a department store window. I can see Andrew McCarthy, one of the original Brat Packers.
Yep.
The movie would be Mannequin. And this was the big song. All right.
I mean, if you remember, the video was just clips from the movie.
Let's see who else is on the list. Let's see if Andrew. Oh, Sister Hazel.
They are relatively local. They're a Gainesville band.
Yeah, Sister Hazel's going to be there
from
Friday,
Gainesville.
March 14th. Oh, look, little Sister Hazel.
Yeah.
Look at that. This is a good song. All right, you can shut it off now. Thank you, Andrew. Okay, Saturday, March 15th, Flo Rida.
All right.
Flo Rida is going to be at Busch Gardens.
He
Look
puts
at that.
on one of the best shows. He really does. He has a muscle man,
Do you remember how much he sweats?
like a water fountain.
We had him at one of those concerts for our old radio station years ago. I have never seen a human being sweat more. It was like he had a fire hose that was hooked up to his pores.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
More than Pitbull?
Pitbull was very sweaty as well.
Okay.
All those guys from Miami area, very sweaty.
Because how does he put out the fireball with a lot of sweat?
Flo
He's got
Rida
a
travels.
sweat cannon.
He travels with like a 500-pound man that his only job is to carry Flo Rida on his shoulders and walk through the people and walk around the concert.
No.
Yeah, it's incredible.
All right, so Commodores.
Oh, okay.
I guess minus Lionel Richie, though.
Yeah.
No Lionel Richie coming with the Commodores.
Well, it's been that way for what?
Is
30,
Lionel
40
still a
years?
judge on American Idol?
He was. I don't know if he still is. I don't know.
Let's see. I'm not getting any Commodores music here. Oh, here we go. Andrew said he also had Flo Rida. Well, why didn't you play Flo Rida?
Because you were talking.
Yeah, we moved.
You could play some Flo Rida. Oh, yeah. Flo Rida. Hey, Michelle, did you know a couple of years ago there was a guy in our neighborhood that had a huge party and hired Flo Rida just to play a private show? It was like 2 blocks over from us.
No.
Yeah, 2 blocks over from us, one of the neighbors hired Flo Rida for a backyard party. Yeah.
We weren't invited?
We were not invited.
Minus you, I would have been invited.
Little Flo Rida. I'll tell you what, this YouTube stream is going to totally get pulled today.
Yeah, it probably is.
With all of this music we're playing. All right, next one. Oh, Village People. The Village People. Village People coming April 5th to Busch Gardens. Hang on. That might be about it with the acts that actually that I like.
What?
Oh, no. Hang on a minute.
I mean, there's
Third Eye Blind.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Third Eye Blind is coming to Busch Gardens on Saturday, May 3rd. Remember this song? This was a big song.
Yep.
All right.
I got to go quickly. I'm getting very, very late. Oh, Robin Thicke.
What was his big song?
Robin Thicke was Blurred Lines.
Yeah.
Right here. Here it is. And remember, Robin Thicke and it was someone else. They got sued. They lost. They had to pay like was it T.I. and Pharrell or?
Yep.
Yeah, they got in trouble
Yep.
for this song.
Is he going to be able to perform it?
What?
Is he going to be able to perform it?
Yeah, I'm sure.
They settled.
I think they had to shell out like $8 or $10 million because on that song on Blurred Lines, they ripped off like the beat and the track, and there's a lot of similarity to a Marvin Gaye song. And they lost in court on that one. So Robin Thicke is coming May 4th to Busch Gardens. And, a lot of people don't realize this, but Robin Thicke's father, Alan Thicke, he was a prolific musician. Do you know that, Festa, bring up the, hurry up and let's see how quickly you can search. Alan Thicke wrote the original theme song to the first incarnation of Wheel of Fortune.
I don't even know what that is.
Hurry up quickly.
Alan
Type in Alan Thicke Wheel of Fortune theme.
Of Fortune,
All right.
enter.
Right there. Click on that one right there.
Hold
Click on
on.
that one. Play. Oh, here we go. Do you remember when the Wheel of Fortune on TV had this theme? Oh, this was the best. Here we go. Yeah, that was the original Wheel of Fortune theme, and Alan Thicke wrote that. Oh, the Facts of Life.
Mm-hmm.
Fester, bring up Facts of Life theme song. Let me know when you have it. Facts of Life, Alan Thicke theme song. And it was a huge thing. Just play it when you hit play. Right there. Go. Yeah. Robin Thicke's dad wrote this. Facts of Life. Facts of Life. Oh, yeah.
There's a time you gotta go and show you grow, and now you know about the facts of life.
Where is Tootie?
Tootie here.
Yeah.
There she is,
Oh,
Kim Fields.
there's Kim Fields. There's Mindy Cohen. They should have had her on Ozempic back in 1979.
Hey. I was always Team Joe, not Team Blair.
By the way, this runs like in perpetual all day
On what channel?
logo or something like that. Because when
Really?
you fall asleep, and I'd change the channel to that just to like have something.
Yes,
you know.
I did wake up. The Facts of Life shows are so bad when you look at them now.
Oh, come on.
They are so awful. All right, so there you go. Little test for Andrew and Fester on how quickly they can play music while going over the upcoming concert list for Busch Gardens.
Busch
All right.
Gardens Food and Wine Festival.
I've got early morons in the news next, so don't move. MJ Morning Show. Great pile of morons in minutes on Q105, 104.7 FM. Hey, my friend.
Been spending most their lives living in a moron's paradise. Been spending most their lives living in a moron's paradise.
Here we go. The morons are on. Let's talk about some migrant morons. This is incredible. I'm fascinated with this story. Migrant thieves. So, guessing some illegals stole $2 million worth of unreleased Nike sneakers in like these train cargo heists,
Oh,
like
man.
the great Nike train robbery.
That's the American dream right there.
My God, migrant thieves targeting slow-moving freight trains through remote parts of California and Arizona stole over $2 million worth of not yet released Nike sneakers in a series of heists that were compared to like movie scripts. So the most recent robbery occurred back in January, on January 13th. 11 suspects, 10 of whom were in the country illegally. What a shocker. They cut an air brake hose from a BNSF freight train. So BNSF, that's like a big train line,
Okay.
big train company out like west. I've, like New Mexico, Arizona, you see
Yeah.
BNSF.
Okay.
All right. So they're cutting the air brakes on these freighters, these freight trains, as they roll through these like totally deserted portions of the Southwest.
And
They stole nearly 2,000 pairs of Nike sneakers on that heist, worth almost $450,000, according to the criminal complaint, which was just filed earlier this week in Phoenix. Many of the shoes were Nigel Sylvester X Air Jordan 4s.
Okay, that's called a collaboration, MJ.
Oh, it's a collab?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Nigel Sylvester
Yeah.
with Air Jordan.
Okay, so Nigel Sylvester with Air Jordan 4S or 4s. And these they're not supposed to be available to the public until March 14th.
Oh, they're available at the flea market around the Mojave Desert right now.
And they're expected to bring a retail price of $225 a pair
Mm-hmm.
for the collab,
Mm-hmm.
for the big. So these thieves, with numerous heists, at least 10 different heists targeting these BNSF freight trains in the Mojave Desert since last March, a year ago. So full, huge investigation, and they finally busted the suspects for the January 13th job.
That's some good police work
Holy-
there.
Yeah, well, they finally, but you got to wonder, how did the thieves know? If you've got a BNSF or, over here and, on the East Coast, we've got CSX, You've got Norfolk and Southern, some of the train companies that we have, over on this side of the country. But, Michelle, did you find how they...
Yes.
So they must have had some inside information on like which number freight cars had the shoes, because they knew if you've got a freight train, you can have 300, 400 cars. You have some incredibly long freight trains, and these migrant illegal thieves, they knew exactly where to go. So what did you dig up?
They first of all, obviously somebody at the warehouse might be tipping them off.
Oh, well, someone did.
But also they just simply look for the containers with high security locks.
Oh.
So if it has a high security lock, they must recognize that as being something valuable inside.
Right.
And so
if I'm shipping grain or something like that, not that it isn't valuable, but who's stealing grain?
Bunch of yellow wood, bunch of 2x4s or big clumps of plywood.
But if you look at the train, and some of them have like super security locks, which can still probably easily be broken. The lock is probably just a chain.
Right. It's more than probably just a wire security tag that you just snip quickly.
Yeah.
So they look for the train cars. So they might have had warehouse tips of like what maybe number freight cars they were on, but also they look for the high security locks because that told them that the cargo was valuable.
Right.
Wow. 10 of the defendants are Mexicans who are in the U.S. illegally. One is a Mexican citizen who's in asylum processing. Oh, so wait a minute. So this thief was trying to get asylum in the United States, but all the others were just total illegals. Wow. That's incredible. Year-long investigation. A train burglary task force with the LAPD was part of this. Feds were involved. All kinds of folks.
Nike would have been better off not putting any locks on anything.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
You're
right, because then they would have said, "Oh, it's a wide open freight car with no lock at all.
Right.
There must be something completely non-valuable in here." No, that's a good point.
I'll be a consultant for railroad companies in my next career.
All right, continuing with the morons in the news. I have an interest in this item because, my dad is at home. He was in the hospital for a couple of months. My dad is home. He's getting home health care, and it's a pretty steady flow of home health care. If one of the home health care aides did this to my dad, they'd be hell to pay. Listen to this. A Florida home health care nurse accused of abusing a disabled patient and smashing him over the head with an iPad. What the hell?
I mean, you know what? From all the ordering your dad's doing online, maybe a good clock in the head with his iPad isn't the worst thing.
We knock it off, please.
I mean, he's spending all his time on his iPad buying everything from China.
What Fester's talking about is my dad.
Opened up a Temu account.
My dad is going nuts on Temu. It's not Temu, it's Temu.
Whatever.
And Amazon. My dad's just ordering stuff. I mean, my dad's essentially bedridden. And he's just ordering stuff nonstop, like crap that they just don't need. And these boxes are showing up. If you missed the video, it's on my Instagram Reels. Yeah, if you go to my IG, Certified MJ Radio, I was at my parents' house last weekend, and my mom is like, "Oh, you got to stop him. Todd, you got to stop him. He's just ordering." And there's like 30 boxes of just crap from Temu. Like, he bought like an onion peeler, apple core. He's got and all the crap from Temu is just low-grade garbage.
Yeah, but that apple peeler really works well.
Yeah, it's probably filled with lead and everything.
Well, maybe it's giving him hope that he's going to get out of the bed and use all of these devices.
God, I hope he can get out.
Yeah.
Listen, he does physical therapy. But a Florida home health care nurse arrested after deputies said video showed him abusing physically a disabled patient. Sheriff's office said deputies responded to a Palm Coast home following a report of a battery. Woman told deputies that she overheard the victim's weekend nurse, John Jenkins, becoming verbally abusive toward the patient earlier that day. She said she confronted Jenkins. He apologized. She then told deputies that she had a gut feeling and reviewed some footage from a camera placed in the living room. The woman said the footage showed Jenkins hitting and kicking the patient multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Even clocking him over the head with an iPad. What the hell? What's going on here?
Does the story go on to mention how he did not order anything from Amazon or Temu
during
this time?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he was sitting on the victim. punching him and shoving him.
All
Ugh.
kinds of, I mean, just
Yeah.
all kinds of, that sucks. Tell you what, solicit a lineup of men and women to punch this guy.
No kidding.
Yeah, just like strap him down and just get a lineup and have people just abuse this home health care nurse. What a violation of like a code of ethics or,
Mhm.
you know, your just general human principles, you know? What a piece of crap. All right, 6:53 at the MJ Morning Show. Little early morons in the news. Oh, I mentioned this earlier, little Papa John's issue. And then, so what's going on with Papa John's? You know, I'm a pizza student. I'm a student of pizza. Michelle and I had, well, I'll get into this next. I think we might go on another pizza excursion later today.
Maybe.
So we'll fill you in on that next. No, and then I want to review a couple of things. Some gifts have arrived in the studio.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I've got a CD that was sent to me. What's on the CD? And then Fester made contact with some dude with just an unbelievably interesting background and story.
Are you going to talk about that now?
The book. Oh,
Okay.
when we get back,
All right.
I want to talk about
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, the gifts that have arrived in the studio. Hold on. It's all next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. You do not want to miss this. If you... 7:01 at the MJ Morning Show, 7 o'clock hours here, including the hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. That's going to start in about 25 minutes every morning. We go for an hour and 20 minutes nonstop. All right, let's dive in. What's wrong with Papa John's? Why is Papa John in trouble?
All right, hold on. You keep saying Papa John's and Papa John. Are you talking about the guy, Papa John, who got himself into enough trouble in the past?
Listen to me. Papa John is the founder of Papa John's.
Okay, I'm asking, which
all
one are
right?
you talking about the man or the business?
The pizza shop becomes possessive,
I'm with you.
It's possessed.
And you use both. So you're talking about the man or the business?
The business. Okay. Yeah. Papa John, the founder. Well, he got into an issue.
Yeah, he put his foot in his mouth a couple. He was dropping like racial terms on like some
but you know what?
sales meeting call.
But it wasn't direct. He was relaying a story. It wasn't like. Listen, I hate the N-word. I despise it. I wish that black people would stop using the N-word.
All right, I'm not trying to go down that road. I'm just saying,
All
are you talking about the man or the business? Papa John put his foot in his mouth a couple times.
Right, but I'm just saying that it was during that conference call where he didn't say it directly to someone. I think he was recalling or recounting and used the word. I didn't think that was as egregious as some made it out to be.
You're much more up to speed on this than I am.
All right, so Papa John's is suffering an unexpected loss. You know what? If Papa John's corporate wants to come to me to consult on how to make a good pizza, I'm happy to help them out. I mean, how tough is it to really make a great pizza? Let me just take you to. I could take you to a couple of spots locally.
Mm-hmm.
I could take you to Super Sardo's. I can take you to the Nona Slice House. I can take you to some of the food trucks that Michelle and I have been experiencing. Michelle and I went to the Piccolo Pizzetta food truck yesterday, and then where's the other guy we found, which was great? Where's he going to be?
The St. Pete. I don't know. I sent it to you.
Yeah, where is it? Where you sent it to me?
I sent in your text.
Yeah, I think Michelle and I might be on another pizza mission later today.
Well, I love pizza as much as anyone.
Yeah, Cipolla Rosa. It's like a mobile wood-fired pizza guy. The guy makes an amazing pie as well. Cipolla Rosa. Anyway, the bottom line is, hey, Papa John, let me take you to even some local places. Hey, Papa John, let me take you to 5 or 6 places up in New York.
Yeah.
I mean, how tough is it to make, a decent pizza? All right. So Papa John's, their whole better ingredients, better pizza. I disagree that it's better pizza.
Yeah, Shaq doesn't.
Well,
Is that what they lost? Did they lose the big Shaq contract? Did they lose the Shaq contract with the Shaq-a-roni? The Shaq-a-roni, the greatest pizza ever made in the history of mankind.
okay, you go with that, Shaq.
$1 from every Shaq-a-roni goes to causes people care about.
Thank, ladies and gentlemen, Shaquille
Shaq-a-roni.
O'Neal over here.
Papa John said, make your own pizza, Shaq. And I'm like, y'all got pepperoni? And they're like, yeah. So
No.
I'm making the Shaq-a-roni pepperoni.
All right, Shaq, shut up.
You want to see my pepperoni? I'll show you my pepperoni.
I don't want to see your pepperoni. I don't want to touch your pepperoni.
There's been rumors about my pepperoni.
Is your
in there.
pepperoni sliced or is it unsliced at this point?
Well,
So it's like circumcised or uncircumcised.
I thought you meant in
is your pepperoni circumcised?
I thought you meant in little slivers to put on top of pizzas. I mean, that sounds painful.
All right, so the reason why I say Papa John's is in trouble is Papa John's needs to revamp because fourth quarter earnings, they're down. Yeah, operating income. The headline I saw, Papa John's suffers unexpected loss as customers switch gears. Listen, I would, who's the CEO? Papa John's CEO, Todd Penegor. Hey, Todd, give me a call from one Todd to another.
Yeah.
All right.
Have a Todd talk.
Yeah,
with him.
instead of a TED talk, we'll have a Todd talk. Yeah, for those that don't know, MJ is a radio name I came up with in 1986 with Al Brock, who was the program director of 97 Star WGHFM in Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Newport News. And she said to me, you can't use Todd Schnitt on the radio. So we had to come up with a
Well, he just sat in his office, just spitballing names, and
Yeah.
you stuck with it for the last 50 years?
Exactly. Well, 40 years.
40 years?
Yeah, just shy of 40. I think most people know my real name's Todd, right?
I think so, yeah.
But I've been MJ in radio. I've been MJ for since 1986. Anyway, so Todd, if you want to sit down and have a Todd talk with me, let me take you to a couple places and show you how to shoot for making a really good pizza. I mean, how tough is it to make a good pizza?
Listen,
Come
hold on. It's not about it's a good pizza or a bad pizza. It's the business. You got to make a good pizza and be able to sell it for $9.99.
Right.
Yeah.
I
And
think
be able to sell it and make it in like 10 minutes.
What's the one you like? Like 2 for $5.55?
All right, hold on.
Oh,
All right, what?
Listen. One of the finest of the Roman emperors.
Yeah.
yeah.
Little Caesars. Little Caesars. Excellent. Just the other night, I treated the family to a very, 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 very delicious Domino's pan pizza. Delicious.
Oh, wait.
Fantastic. $7.99, one topping.
Stop.
I
Did you
am-
get the emergency pizza coupon?
No,
Because that's their gimmick now.
I have it. I
Great.
have slices of the pizza points. I can get a free pizza if I wanted. Yeah.
Gross.
All right,
Yeah.
so
It's the best.
I'm clearly not a fan of some of these pizzas out there. I don't consider them
I
pizza.
haven't heard
Pizza,
that.
pizza.
Yeah. I'm-
Yeah,
Pizza,
there's-
pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza, pizza.
Yeah.
All hail Caesar.
Pizza, pizza.
All right,
Yes.
so, but Papa John, sales down. Again, if you want to come to me for some pizza consulting, I'm happy to help you out, Papa John.
So a friend of mine told me a long
Yeah.
time ago, when the economy is doing rougher,
Mhm.
not as good,
right?
Mhm.
pizza sales shoot up
Well,
because you can't feed you can feed a family for $20.
yeah. Well,
On one pizza pie.
Also, didn't you used to go to Little Caesars and get that $5.55 deal, and then they did raise the price, though, right?
It's a couple of bucks more, but
Was it like $6.99 now?
the gimmick with Little Caesars is it's ready when you walk in. Like last night, Domino's night.
Yeah.
I called
Yeah,
ahead.
that's what I want. I want pizza just sitting around.
No, I called ahead. They make it. It's a conveyor belt. People walk in, they take it out.
Well, they
People
put it
walk
right in the microwave?
in, they like. All right.
I'm not a conveyor belt. Listen, if
You
I,
were at one time.
What?
Yeah.
No, will you stop it?
Don't you remember?
I remember getting off the air at midnight or 11 p.m. or whatever, that there was
Oh.
a Domino's down the street from Z104 off Newtown Road in Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
And I knew the manager there,
Yeah.
and he used to make some late night pies for me. Yeah.
How about the time that you went in there and demanded to go behind the counter and make your own pizza?
Well, because I knew the manager.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the-
how'd that work out?
Yeah.
Listen,
Listen, listen, I've always had a taste for good pizza because I grew up in New York. I lived in New York City and outside of New York until I was 11 years old. Then we moved to Virginia Beach when I was 11, and my God, the pizza sucked in Virginia Beach. So I always have known good pizza because when you get that flavor profile of that classic New York slice joint in your mouth, you just you grab it, you don't let go, and that's a certain flavor profile that just floats my boat. All right, so moving along here on the MJ Morning Show, it was a day of gifts. It was bountiful. It was yesterday was a heck of a day. So I get a package in the mail containing a CD from the desk of Jim Coffey. Hi, MJ. Jimbo from Newport Richie. I'm the gentleman who sent you the portable record player last year. And he did. He sent me sent me like an Andy Kaufman, here I come to save the day, record player. So thank you for that. I heard you on the radio this week speaking about dancing while doing chores. I couldn't agree more. See, we had a story. We didn't. Was that early this week, or was it late last week?
Just moving around the house while you're doing your mundane chores.
Yeah, there was a whole research project that if you just kind of dance and hop around the house. What are you laughing at, Michelle?
You.
I mean, you're actually hopping.
Yeah.
No, there's a whole research project on the health benefits of dancing around the house while you're doing cleaning and, dusting or vacuuming.
Continue with your hopping and dancing over
there.
there.
It was kind of, that's right. Yeah.
So, you can see me on MJ TV. I'm just
bouncing around.
Having like a seizure over here. I'm just hopping around. So Jim says, I can't agree more. The enclosed CD is the best for getting people to move their ass and enjoy their life while working.
All right.
I also suggest you try at home this CD with your wonderful children. Get some funny and great stories if you ever got some funny and great stories.
Start a podcast, Jim.
Lastly, here's a question. What would you do if you received a letter from the draft board looking for your discharge papers? What?
Okay.
All right, Jim. I'm going to stick with the CD, Jim.
Yeah, I mean,
but Jim, thanks for sending. I'm gonna
definitely start a podcast with your stories.
I'm gonna hold the CD up to MJ TV.
What is the CD?
The CD is the Jive Bunny album.
Ooh.
He sent me. Do you know what the Jive Bunny is?
I've never heard of a Jive Bunny.
You never heard of the Jive? Andrew, does that sound familiar? Jive Bunny?
If Andrew doesn't
I'm telling you right now.
Have you heard of it before?
Oh, yes. And there was a particular song that was huge from Jive Bunny. I want to say it was like early 90s. Jive Bunny and the Master Mixers, I think is what they were called. And I queued up the CD. I've got the first track. Do you remember? This was like a hit, I want to say like 1990, 1991. Somewhere in that vicinity, and this is the first track on the Jive Bunny CD. See if this sounds familiar.
Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody.
Remember this? This got a lot of play on Top 40 Radio. It was like a remix of all these like big bands. It was like novelty pop is what they call this. Remember this thing?
Is that Chubby Checker that's cutting there? Do the twist?
The Come On Everybody, yeah. That was Chubby Checker going, come on everybody, come on. And then it transitions. It does all kinds of, hopped up 50s and 60s songs. All right, here we go. Listen, here we go. This is, Glenn Miller. This is In the Mood. That's Glenn Miller Band, right? In the Mood? He died in a plane crash.
Do they sing original lyrics?
No, well, hold on. Well, there's a little bit. Here we go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight.
So it took big bands and mixed it with like some of this 50s stuff. But this was like a top 40 hit. This was huge. This was played a lot on radio back like 1991, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Andrew says this hit number 11 on the top 40 charts. You don't remember this?
This is awful.
It is not awful.
Oh my God, this is the worst DJ ever.
No.
I mean, you'll never hear.
Hey. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Michelle,
I
Michelle's swinging to this
It's
thing
like
over
a
here.
sizzle reel of 50s music.
Yeah.
Michelle's a swinger over here.
Okay.
Michelle's
Dude, you'll never hear DJ Kid Leo mixing like that. You'll never hear
All right,
DJ
so,
Goofy White Kid
hey,
busting the ones and twos like that.
Hey, Jim Coffey, what about Stan the Man
Stan the Man.
on the
Oh.
Wheels
Oh,
of
no,
Steel?
no. Matt the Brat.
Matt the
You know what?
Brat on the ones and twos, the Wheels of Steel.
Matt the Brat
Yeah.
would play that crap.
All right. Hey, Michelle and I will be at the Crush tonight.
Yeah, right? Yeah, with Matt the Brat and Stan the Man.
All right, Michelle and I will be at the Crush tonight in downtown Tampa. So if you want to join us,
What time are you working there?
I'll be doing 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. And then I'll meet Khalil. I'll meet him in the back.
With big pile of cash?
Big, huge piles of cash on the desk to collect my $200 talent fee.
So you're going tonight. I'm working there tomorrow night with Jennifer Jordan. And we'll be enjoying some cocktails.
Oh, fantastic. All right. So the other gift that's arrived, and Fester, there's a great backstory to this.
Yes.
You met the serial kicker. Serial kicker.
Kicker.
All right, hang on.
Yes.
Let me.
Right in the nuts every time. He can't help himself.
All right, let me rephrase. Fester apparently has run into somehow.
Loosely befriended.
The serial killer whisperer. Or
Something like that.
I mean, so concisely tell us the story.
I can't concisely tell
Just
you.
tell me the damn story.
All right, I'm going to tell you the very long, elaborate version.
You run into a guy named Bill Kimberlin.
So get this. Last week, Michelle was here. I think it was maybe Thursday or Friday of last week. You mentioned, MJ, that that on Netflix they have the Gabby Petito docuseries story. And you mentioned how you're not going to watch it.
Right.
And we talked about why you're not going to watch it.
It dropped on Netflix, the new documentary on Gabby Petito. And again, I feel awful for Gabby Petito's family.
Of
Nothing
course.
but support for them. Screw the Laundrie family. Screw Brian Laundrie. I don't care to watch the documentary.
Yeah, so you're not going to watch it. We talked about why. Maybe we're too close to it. But anyway, I brought up the fact that, hey, I might watch it, and I really enjoy these kind of real, true life crime things. And I mentioned how I will watch anything that comes out for like the Peterson case or the Menendez brothers or the OJ.
How did you come in contact with the serial killer whisperer?
So that afternoon, like Friday afternoon, I get a text message.
By the way, that's not his name.
Yeah, he might as well be.
But he might hate that designation, but...
You know what? What's he going to do? Kill you? I mean, seriously, he knows how.
No.
He's not the serial killer.
No, he's the psychologist. He's the doctor.
So, on my cell phone, everybody has my cell phone number. Not a secret. 813-310-8444. I get a text message like 11:30 in the afternoon. Hey, Fester, I heard you mention that you watched Scott Peterson, or you like Scott Peterson's story, or you didn't say it like that.
All right, folks, this is nuts. Listen to this.
He goes, I want you to know, I talk to Scott Peterson every other week, once every 2 weeks.
That
twice
was
a month.
That was the California case
in the mid 2000s,
Right.
like 2004 time.
What was her name?
Lacey.
Lacey Peterson.
Lacey Peterson, cute as a button. She's about to be a mother.
Terrible story.
He had an affair.
So
Amber
it turns out that this guy who's a psychiatrist, is he a psychiatrist, psychologist? So
he's something.
Yeah. So he is like a serial killer therapist. And he lives right here in the Tampa Bay area.
Admittedly.
And he's had contact with like the most serial killers.
He tells me he knows or frequently speaks with Scott Peterson. I instantly think the guy's putting me on. Like BS, screw you. I gotta lose my number, whatever. And I'm like, okay, great. Sure you do. LOL, And he's like, no, I really do. And he mentions that he has several books out. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. Send me a copy of, or send me your Amazon link. Let me see your book. And I'm kind of vetting this guy. And he's like, listen, I know them all. And he sends me the link, and I go, I'll buy your book on Amazon. He goes, nope, I'll do you one better. I'll drop off a signed copy to the morning show.
And he did. The book is called Watch Me Die, Last Words from Death Row, Bill Kimberlin. And
He listens every day. And I said, how long have you been listening? He's been listening every day since 2021.
wow.
Oh,
And so, but after listening to our morning show, I mean, Morons in the News inspires him to talk to serial killers.
It's signed.
Yeah.
I have a signed copy of Watch Me Die to the best morning show in the country. Hope you enjoy this light reading material. Thanks for all you guys do to make days better and keep my sanity in check. Your forever fan, Bill Kimberlin. Look at that. And then Fester tells me that he has the largest collection of
Serial killer art.
Oh.
Oh my God.
I guess once you ingratiate yourself to these serial killers and they feel that they can trust you, he gets mailed their drawings, their doodlings, or art.
I wonder if he has some John Wayne Gacy clown pictures.
He has 3,000 pieces. I don't know what
Hold on,
years
he's got 3,000 pieces of serial killer art
in his collection. So this weekend,
God.
then he tells me he has like a production deal with like a TV company to do like a serial killer show because they trust him so much. They'll tell him information they don't tell the cops.
So he might have like a Netflix deal or something, or
I haven't figured that out.
Oh, wow.
We haven't spoken in person. It's a very textual relationship that we're having right now. And but he said he's going to be in Jacksonville this weekend looking for remains that authorities don't know where they are because they've never been disclosed, but he can disclose it to them. So anyway, my wife thinks he's totally crazy and wants me to avoid it. She goes, "Get away from the serial killer guy." That's what I said.
She's talking about? The guy's like he's a professional.
My wife's like, "You have enough nutcases in your life. You don't need a serial killer lover in your life."
No, dude,
I know.
He's not a groupie.
He's a little bit of a serial killer groupie. I mean, he really is.
No, he's not. The guy, he's a professional.
A professional serial killer groupie. The guy sounds great.
Bill Kimberlin has been researching and writing about death row and the execution process for well over a decade.
Right.
He has multiple degrees, BS in criminal justice, MA in counseling.
So, I mean, he's met BTK. He's met, and he's out there in the world doing, he's available for like podcast interviews. So he gets it. He's, in the media world as well. Wow. Anyway, we're going to have lunch in the next couple of weeks.
You know what?
Can I go?
And it's going to be very raw steak.
Hey,
very rare.
Hey,
No, I'm kidding.
Michelle, you want to go?
I do.
All right, maybe we'll all go. We'll go have lunch with the serial killer whisperer dude.
Oh, a good time.
You know what I just thought? If he has 3,000 pieces of serial killer art, maybe in the new studio we ought to do the walls.
All serial killer art. That's fantastic.
There we go. I want a John Wayne Gacy clown picture.
I don't know.
All right, I got to take a break. We start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next. There is a mother who is teaching her daughter the alphabet, and the process in which she is using is infuriating women across the country. They're calling this mother a psycho. They're calling the mother foul and disgusting for teaching her young daughter the alphabet via this method. What is it? That's just scratching the surface next on the MJ Morning Show, because we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ in minutes. And, man, we're packed. Next, don't move, MJ Morning Show here on Q105. MJ Morning Show on Q105. 1 hour, 20 minutes of nonstop MJ starts right now. And you always get more than an hour and 20 minutes. Michelle, tell me if you find this disgusting. I'm more interested.
What the?
I'm not going to belch.
I mean, I thought you were going to pull your pants down or something. Michelle, tell me if this repulses you.
Pull my pants down?
I don't know what you're going to do. You said, tell me if you find this disgusting. And then you paused. I'm like, what's he doing now? Oh, crap.
Tell me if you find this disgusting, because it's mostly women. They're like, oh, my God, this is awful. This is embarrassing. People are, like, repulsed by this. It's a mom who is using this method to teach her young daughter the alphabet.
What's that?
When I was a kid, in first grade, we got really into the alphabet. First grade. We used to have the letter people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if they use this method anymore.
The letter people?
The letter people.
Okay.
And this would have been, I was in first grade. First grade is what, 5? 6? How old are you in first grade?
6, 7.
5 or 6?
Kindergarten, I thought was 5, 6. First grade, 6, 7.
That seems a little for anyway.
Does it seem old? The 6-year-old's an old first grader?
So
Really?
I'm in first grade in what, like 1971, 72,
Yeah, okay.
somewhere in that vicinity. And we had the letter people. And I remember like R, Rubber Band Man was like R. And so all of the letters were represented by like a character that had a name. I remember R was Rubber Band, and so it was I love the lettered people. This mom's got a different method in teaching her daughter the alphabet.
Was it? Okay. I don't know, but I have a guess.
D is for Dior. F is for Fendi.
What?
G is for Gucci.
No.
Yes.
Boo. That's not good.
Oh, look at the H is for Hermes.
Nope.
The mother is using designer names, like expensive labels, to teach her young kid.
What's A for? Abercrombie and Fitch?
No, that's not expensive
I know,
enough.
I'm trying.
K is for Kenzo. What's Kenzo?
It's a line.
It's a line.
It's a line.
It's a line.
You know, I'm actually grateful that's what she went with, because I was thinking something totally different.
V is for Versace. I mean, she's got the. Wait a minute. How can?
Are there enough letters, or are there enough brands to fill every letter?
Well, for a bunch of them, but I don't know if there are high brand, fashion or designers for every, like Z. Is there a Z?
Yeah,
Zara.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Look at Michelle. Michelle's terrible.
Okay.
You're terrible.
Okay.
You're terrible.
That's so
Yeah,
creepy.
do you know what that's from?
No, I don't know why, but when you say it, it's just so creepy.
Michelle,
Where's
do
this
it.
from?
Michelle, do it. No, do the voice.
Miriam, you're terrible.
What the hell's happening? I don't
Say it again.
Muriel, you're terrible.
Muriel?
Mm-hmm.
You're terrible. Where's it
I
from?
thought you said Miriam
I
first.
think I did.
Yeah, Muriel.
Yeah.
Dude, when you think of Muriel, what comes to mind?
Nothing.
Michelle and Chloe just watched
What?
Muriel's Wedding.
Oh.
Have you ever seen that?
Hey, Porpoise Spit? Hawk Tour?
What?
We're referencing a movie from what, 1980?
No,
No.
1995,
I have no
maybe.
idea.
90
Muriel's
Yeah.
Wedding.
Yeah, Muriel's Wedding is Michelle.
It's a throwback.
She had to drag me to Muriel's Wedding.
Are these the letter
And-
people you're talking about?
Yes.
Similar.
Okay.
Yeah, similar. Michelle and Chloe recently watched Muriel's Wedding.
Mhm.
So they're just, everything in the house is, you're terrible. And then sticking the tongue out.
All the way down to your chin.
Yeah.
All right. What are we
So the
talking
letter people are, innocuous kind of words that go with the letter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
normal words.
But
Yes.
not like C is for Chanel,
But see, that doesn't even work
D
because
is for Dior, F is for Fendi.
Would you rather C go for like Coach because it's a hard C?
right. Yes. Thank you.
M, what is M? Like, do they still have Moschino?
Yes.
Are they still out there?
Yes. But probably you want Mew Mew.
Right. What do you want?
I don't know. I didn't even know how to pronounce it. The MIU brand.
Like,
People
yeah.
like that one.
Wow.
That's very popular.
All right, so what other letters have I missed?
B, Balenciaga.
Oh, B for Balenciaga.
Mm,
Anything else?
I don't know. Let's
What do
see.
they have for you?
I don't.
Yves Saint Laurent. Although
No,
they
that's
dropped.
a,
That's a
no, that's a
Y.
Y.
Oh, you.
Yeah, you. What are you? Are you a?
No.
I thought you were a lawyer.
Now, uterus
Yeah.
Saint Laurent.
Right.
There's a new
You.
pregnancy line.
No. Urinary tract
Yes.
infection.
Oh,
Yes.
stop.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, this mom is getting a ration of crap
She should.
for like injecting designer name brands
So what?
in a 4-year-old's head, and apparently there's some kind of a book that's out there. So I don't think this is like a fully published book, but there's some kind of a book that she was reading from. I don't know, like somebody made a book on Etsy or something and
Yeah.
then selling it, or
I have no issue with this. Big deal. I mean, when you said this story, MJ, honestly, my guess was like profanity words or something. And I was going to be like, oh, no. F is for Fendi.
All right, guys, are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready for Katy Perry in space?
That's a couple of fantasies all rolled into one. Wow. It'll take away
Are
some
you
gravity.
aware of what's going on?
What? She's going to go into space.
Katy Perry is going to space. Listen,
Is she going in like the Bezos wiener rocket?
yeah, she's going in Bezos. She and other famous women are going in the Jeff Bezos penis rocket.
Listen.
I just hope that it doesn't turn into a firework. No, I'm sorry. I know that's morbid.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag?
I know this is very, 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 very
Oh, my
morbid.
God. Baby, you're a firework.
No, seriously. I mean,
my God.
am I sick?
No, I mean, listen.
Yes.
Am I a sick individual that?
Look,
All right, let me tell you the
Space
story.
travel is very risky.
It is,
And
All
it's,
right,
it's always a possibility.
Let me tell you the story first. Katy Perry, Oprah's best friend Gayle King, Lauren Sanchez, who is Jeff Bezos's fiance, they're headed to space. There's going to be an all-woman crew with a professional, female astronaut. But the story broke yesterday that they're blasting off. So you've got Gayle King, Katy Perry, Lauren Sanchez, along with a former NASA rocket scientist. What are you, a rocket scientist? I want a rocket surgeon up there. So Aisha Bowe.
Okay.
Also, there's a civil rights activist by the name of Amanda Wynn, Film producer Carrie Ann Flynn. I don't know who they are, but we all know who Katy Perry and Gayle King and Lauren Sanchez are. What's going to happen to all of Lauren Sanchez's like filler and plastic surgery?
It's probably going to
while
melt.
she's up in space.
Do they? I'm asking because I
Plastic surgery in space.
Do they experience like tremendous G forces during the launch?
Yeah, that's why I want to know. Of course they do.
I don't know. I'm asking.
No, there's no force when you're blasted up
I
with a
didn't say
rocket.
no force. I said like tremendous force.
Yes.
We're like their face peels back and it looks like they're melting off. I mean, I wonder what happens. I don't know. I've never seen an astronaut's face during liftoff.
This is going to happen fairly soon. Looks like, was it April?
What?
No, this spring. The all-female 6-person space crew is going to be blasted up in Jeff Bezos's wiener rocket.
I mean, the rocket looks just like it.
The crew is set to blast off this spring. I don't know how to explain being terrified and excited at the same time. It's like how I feel to deliver a baby. Gayle King said, what is she saying? Why doesn't Oprah go with them? It ought to be, the besties. Gayle King and Oprah ought to go as well.
Yeah, Oprah's like, you have fun, Gail.
Uh-huh.
I'll see you down.
Yeah.
I'll be down here on Earth.
That's what I think.
Lauren Sanchez, Jeff Bezos' fiance, brought the crew together, is beyond excited about the upcoming flight. But again, listen, I know that I've got sometimes a sick and twisted mind, but when I heard that Katy Perry was going to be up there, the first thing I said was, oh, my God, I hope there's no malfunction. I hope this thing doesn't turn into a... No, we don't want a firework. No, we don't want this thing to explode like a firework. How bad would the PR be for Jeff Bezos's Blue Origin rocket company, as well as his bald head, if something went wrong with Oprah's best friend, Gayle King, and Katy Perry on board?
I mean, that would close the company.
Oh, that would...
yeah. You'd shut down after that.
Oh, yeah, that'd be like the Titanic submersible deal.
You mean just shutting down?
Oh, yeah, it'd be...
I'd rather have a company that imploded 5 billionaires than blow them up.
Oh, my God. Any thoughts on this, Michelle? Would you like to join Katy Perry and Gayle King?
No, thank you.
So here's why this is kind of a sham. And I'm not like a super crazy space travel nerd, but this doesn't really count.
Right.
This is essentially a carnival ride.
Yes.
It really is. Because all it does is goes up and comes down.
Yeah.
That's all it does. I mean, at least Elon's rockets shoot at the angle of the Earth to actually make it into orbit. This just kind of breaks the ozone layer, and
It's
you're
like
in darkness.
space tourism.
It really is. Do you know how long a blue...
That's what it's called.
Do you know how long a flight is?
Tell me.
It's like 7 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, it's very fast.
Yeah, I mean, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
What? Disney rides at Disney World are longer than a Blue Origin space trip.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So this is...
It's not like they're going to go up there and get stuck in space like those two that are at the space station.
Oh, yeah.
Who've been there for almost a year now.
I don't know how this company thinks they're changing the world by having like the coolest carnival ride in the world. I mean, whatever.
Coming this spring,
You know?
Katy Perry in space. No, Katy Perry firework. No. Hopefully, hang on. Let me get out of this space. All right, so hopefully it goes off without a hitch.
I'm just saying, you give me.
Now, it's not going to go off without a bitch, because I got a feeling that Lauren Sanchez is really bitchy. But
I'm sure she's lovely.
You like that, Michelle?
No, she hated it.
Michelle's laughing over here.
She's laughing out of pity. I mean,
She's
Michelle's not for insulting Mrs. Bezos.
All right. Well, no, she's not Mrs. Bezos yet.
Tell you what,
she's fiancéed up.
MJ, seriously, you give me 10 minutes with Katy Perry in a zero gravity environment, and I will leave her very disappointed.
Oh, faster.
Yeah.
You're gross.
Oh, am I gross?
You're
I mean,
gross.
just because I'm involved, it's gross, but that's kind of hot.
Do you know what food delivery fraud is? As we move along here on the MJ Morning Show, in the middle of an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ, what is food delivery fraud? And this is become rampant. Are you you know what? I might go to phones on this, and I might ask if there are any food delivery fraudsters listening right now.
Oh, you want to load the phone lines with FDFers?
Are you a food delivery fraudster?
So is that...
Call the MJ Morning Show right now. 800-990-1047. Have you committed food delivery fraud? What exactly is food delivery fraud? Do you know? Michelle, do you know what food delivery fraud is?
No, because I do not participate in food delivery.
Fester, do you know what it is?
I am not an avid participator in food delivery either. However...
You're just involved in any kind of fraud.
Yeah, amen to that, brother.
All right.
Is it like the restaurant doesn't give you what it advertises?
No.
Like the restaurant's kind of misleading you?
You're going the wrong way.
Is it the delivery driver
you're
cancels...
You're going the wrong way.
Cancels the order but picks it up?
No, you're going the wrong way.
Is it the person who orders it, like, cancels a payment or something, or disputes it?
Yes, dispute. So food delivery fraud, and this has become a massive, massive problem. The losses are getting racked up here. So it's refund fraud is what they're calling it. It's refund abuse. There are, this is to the tune of $103 billion. What? I mean, that seems like a ridiculous amount.
$103 billion?
Listen, there's a new report from a fraud prevention company called Incognia, and they're saying that nearly half of delivery app consumer fraud is refund abuse. So, of that number, there's other types of fraud. But what is refund abuse when it comes to food delivery? It's very simple. Don't rack your brains on this.
I kind of figured it out.
So do you know what it is, Michelle?
It's like the story we had last week where something wasn't right, so you dispute it, and then they have to give you a credit for it.
Yeah, you get the food's at your house, and then you're it's like, if you got a problem with Uber or Lyft, a lot of, if you book a ride, and folks, if you book a ride and you cancel for like a legitimate reason, like, the driver's driving in circles and can't find you, or it's taking way too long and you cancel, then they want to hit you with the cancellation fee. All you got to do is go to on the app, just go to the customer service thing and, complain about the ride, and you have a list of reasons why, and they refund your money instantly. So many people just, I guess they don't want to navigate the app and just go in a couple of pages to get the refund. But refund fraud with the food deliveries, Uber Eats and DoorDash, et cetera. The issue is people are getting the food. There's nothing wrong with the food, but then they complain there's something wrong with the food, so they get the food for free. And that's called refund delivery fraud, and it's running. You know what? Let's go to phones. And if you want to remain anonymous, I get it. If you don't want to use your name, or if you just want to use your first name, are you a refund fraudster? Have you done this? Anyone listening right now, 800-990-1047. You order DoorDash, you do Uber Eats, whatever, and there's nothing wrong with the food, but then you complain, you get a refund, so dinner is free. Are you a fraudster? Let's go to the fraud phones. 800-990-1047. Let's see what kind of phones we generate on this one. 800-990-1047. Have you done this? Nothing wrong with the food? You decided to complain? Got the food for free?
Oh, it's free.
Maybe it's not you. Maybe it's a friend. Maybe it's a relative. Any delivery food fraud story, love to hear it right now. But this is a problem. This is a big number, and it's increasing. 800-990-1047 gets you in. Let me hear your story. Oh, look at the phones. They're all ringing.
Oh, man.
800-990-1047. Yeah, what are you jonesing to say?
I'm just thinking, didn't we talk to a woman yesterday who had, or last week, who had a run-in with like an Italian restaurant in some town in our area, and the woman came to her house and kicked over her potted plant?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like a month ago.
No, this was just
I think
recently.
it was in the last week or so, we talked about, like, because I think a DoorDash driver got violent, and we're talking about fights with DoorDash.
Oh, yeah.
And the owner of the establishment came back to the house and because
Yeah,
she was
yeah.
mad that the woman had.
Yeah.
Because she complete. That's not fraud, but still, man.
Yeah.
Food delivery fraud. Every single line is ringing.
You got to
And-
think there's some restaurants that it's easier to pull off. I mean, if it's a
Right.
mom and pop shop, it really hurts them. But if it's like,
Yeah.
if it's like, a national brand,
Chipotle.
yeah, sure. I mean, Chipotle's not going to
Well, listen,
come
I
to your
don't.
house.
I don't encourage fraud, whether it's a huge company or a mom and pop. I don't want to see anyone commit fraud. All right, let me go to
misdemeanor
phone.
fraud, I'm okay with.
You are such a rancid human being.
Yes, and yet amazingly, I'm still employed.
And that's just because of your lack of showering habits. All right, but all right, let me go to phones. 800-990-1047. Evan, yeah, folks, yeah, we're just entertaining ourselves over here. That's all we do.
We're grown morons.
Yeah, we're just entertaining ourselves, and we hope you enjoy the ride.
Oh, I love
All
you.
right, Evan in Spring Hill. Evan, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, Evan.
Good morning, MJ. How are you guys?
We're fine. Are you a food fraudster?
No, I'm not personally, but I know a really close friend that's done it multiple times, and I know many other friends that do it a lot. It's really messed up. I mean, like, I don't know how to go about it. I mean, they get their food, it's fine, and they're like, yeah, I'm going to get my refund on this. Ha ha.
Oh, my God. So do you know some of the places that your friends have screwed over?
Wendy's, Subway, Taco Bell,
See,
you name it.
Evan,
whatever they can do, they'll get it.
all those places, MJ. Like if you
I don't
just
want to say that I missed out on it, but I mean.
Oh, so you ate the fraud food.
No, but it's like, man, I know plenty of people that have done it, and they do it over and over again. It's too easy, unfortunately.
yeah,
And then
is
it sucks too because I think that the drivers sometimes may or may not get in trouble for it.
What are the complaints? What are your friends saying is wrong with the food? Like, what have you heard?
Either they don't get it, or they're missing like a drink or a fry, or something as dumb as they're missing one chicken nugget, or whatever the case may be. They'll make up.
I ordered the 6-pack. There was only 5.
There was only 5.
4.5. There was a bite taken out of one of them.
that one, I'd call and complain on that one.
Evan, thanks for the call.
But yeah, I mean, MJ, like a place like Subway, if you call and complain and dispute 2 footlongs that you've had delivered, Subway's never going to miss the money.
Remember Subway? They got in trouble because remember the footlong was only 11 inches and 3/4 or something. Remember that whole lawsuit?
Dude, forget Subway. I got in trouble for that once.
Jill in Largo. Jill, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
So my ex-boyfriend would go to McDonald's because he lived in a tiny county, like nobody there. And
Hold
he
on,
would go-
your ex-boyfriend lived in a county where he was the only resident?
No, we used to live in New York,
Okay.
and I moved. I came down on vacation and never went back.
Oh, good. Okay.
So we would go to McDonald's, and he would order food, and then he would complain and say it was cold. They would say bring it back, but we would already leave, and he would go and get a new order, a full new order, and cash, his refund.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but that was in person, right?
Yeah.
He would, he would go through the drive-thru, yes.
No, but this was, see, we're talking about food delivery fraud.
Yeah, you're going down a whole other avenue of just different ways to fraud and lie to a company.
Hey, Andrew, thank you for the call. Andrew, can you just lightly screen these?
Thanks. He's doing good. You got a lot of things going.
Jeff in Tampa. Jeff, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, good morning.
All right, so food delivery fraud.
So how about customer delivery fraud? I've kind of given up with Uber. Not only that they
Well, wait a second. What did you say?
Customer delivery fraud?
Yeah.
Are you a driver?
You know, I don't even order from Uber anymore. What ends up happening is, you make your order, they deliver it, and I don't know if I've just, there's bad luck. Every time I used to order Uber food, eats, they used to not give me something. It's not them, it's the restaurant. I don't get everything I want. They left a bag of the food at the restaurant. And, when you call Uber, oh, yeah, they give you the refund. No, I didn't get this. I didn't get that. They give you the refund. But after twice, because, we used to order Uber maybe 3 days a week because we just can't get out of the office. And after about the third time, Uber would say, well, we're sorry, but, it seems like you're abusing the system. We can't issue any more refunds for you.
But wait a minute. But these were legitimate problems.
These are legitimate, yeah. We ordered food from Popeyes, and I didn't get my drinks. or I ordered 3 chicken sandwiches and I got 2.
Right. Yeah, so if you have legitimate problems and then they cut you off, you were flagged.
I don't know. It seems like maybe now it sounds like they give refunds to everybody, but when I was doing it, they gave me the credit 2 or 3 times, and then after that, they basically just said, "Hey, it seems like you're abusing our system. We can't issue any more refunds to your account."
What's going on back there?
Oh, it's my son. I'm getting ready to drop him off.
Okay, all right. Well,
is he yelling at himself?
Anyway, I don't
Did he just tell me to shut up? I love it.
That was my other daughter that I got.
Oh my God, the kids are yelling at me back there. All right, Jeff, thanks for the call.
No problem, man. Y'all have a nice weekend.
I just heard, like, shut up. Yeah, right. I think the kids were yelling at each other in the back.
Can't the kids shut up while Daddy's on the radio?
Yeah. I'm like, what's going on in this guy's car? Incognia. This is. I'll go back to. Hey, Michelle and Madden. Hold on. I'll last 2 calls. I'll get to you in a second, and then we're gonna move on. So this Incognia, this fraud prevention company, they reported that one of the fraudsters created over 200 delivery app accounts, placed over $5,000 in orders, and received $4,163 back in fraudulent refunds.
Okay, how do you not flag that person as, hey, just never use our service?
They
again?
got $5,000 worth of food deliveries for $851.
Wow.
First, do you have to you have to have different credit cards? I mean, how do you open up 200 accounts? Can you use the same credit card on all these different accounts?
You can use the same credit card, but they had however many email accounts or maybe phone up, whatever.
Yeah. It's like a full-time job.
Oh my
all that
God.
stuff.
Is it worth it?
I mean, $5,000, you tell me.
All right, two more quick calls here. Then we got to...
If dinner's free every night for a year, yeah, it sounds like it might be.
Michelle in St. Pete. Michelle, MJ Morning Show. Hi. Are you there?
So it's not, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
So it's not direct, like fast food, but when I was in school, I was doing shipped deliveries, which is grocery delivery.
Yep.
Kind of like Instacart. And we had people who would, their entire order of groceries, they would get refunded because they would say that we didn't deliver them. They eventually went to where we took a picture of the bags at the door as proof. But prior to that, we had people on a regular basis that would have hundreds of dollars of groceries delivered, and within minutes would be calling Ship to say that the person said my groceries are here, but they didn't deliver anything. They must have gone to the wrong house.
Wow.
And, we knew we had taken them to the right address.
Yep.
We were pretty strict about that, but people got away with it for a long time until they started having us take pictures at the door, and then they could prove.
And so when they disputed your delivery, did you have to pay for it, or did Ship cover that?
No, Ship would, no questions asked. And I think that's another thing that caused the abuse, is that they knew that Ship wouldn't question it. They would just, and customers used to say that to us. Yeah, Ship will just reimburse you, no questions asked. And it's like, okay, well, this is what's causing.
What is it? Chewy, that we once had a problem with a collar from Chewy, and they just said, "We'll send you another one, refund you, and just
keep it,
throw it away, or just donate it to a shelter or something." You know?
Yeah, a lot of companies are like that. They don't want the hassle of dealing with returns.
Hey, so what was it? I think it might have been Chewy. Thanks for the call. I appreciate it, Michelle. So my mom's cat recently died, and they had some unopened cat food that was ordered, I think Chewy, and somehow my mom was on the phone with Chewy and said, the cat died, can we send the food back? And they said, no, just keep the food, donate it to a shelter.
Or eat it if times get tough.
We'll refund your money. Fester.
I mean, old people eating cat food.
And then they even sent my mom a flower bouquet for the loss of my mom's cat. That was like Chewy.
Now, was your mother like a really good customer of Chewy? Like, I know people that get all their pet supplies from Chewy.
I think, was it Chewy, Michelle?
I think it
That's
was
the
Chewy.
big one. Yeah.
What is the other one? Yeah, Petco does deliveries too.
Leg Humper. Leg Humper. I get all my stuff from Leg Humper.
Fester.
Pea sprayer.
Yes. Yes.
All right, speaking of DoorDash, just one other quickie here.
We got Madden on the line.
Oh, I'm sorry, Madden. You're right. Oh, let me grab Madden. Madden is in Tampa. Hi, Madden. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, MJ. I have a sibling that does it. Like the one dude was saying, he got.
Did you say you have a sibling?
Yeah. Okay, my brother.
Okay.
He does it, and the one dude was saying that he got like turned off, like he couldn't get any more refunds.
Yeah, they blocked him. They flagged him, and they shut him down.
My brother found like a little loophole. He bought their subscription. They're like Dash Door Plus, that kind of thing.
Right.
And then they don't question it at all when it's them.
How often does your brother commit food delivery fraud, getting a delivery, there's nothing wrong with it, and he complains there's a problem, and he gets a refund? How often does he do this?
I don't know how often. I don't live with him, but I would assume a little often. I mean, he's probably been doing it for 2 years.
Well, see, I don't condone.
He doesn't do it all the time, though.
Yeah, I don't condone the behavior. But hey, Madden, thanks for the call.
It's not me.
All right, thank you, buddy.
Thanks, Madden.
Have a good weekend.
A lot of times, if you buy their membership,
Madden, do you have more to say, Madden?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say in restaurants, I work at a restaurant and I've seen people do something similar where they eat like half the food and then say there's something wrong with that.
Yeah.
I want it remade.
I mean, you got a lot of fraudsters out there in all walks of life. I mean, if you're in the restaurant business, the stuff that people steal off the table, they'll take the salt shakers, the pepper shakers. They'll take cushions.
At my restaurant, we've had people come into the restaurant and rob someone's purse, like try to come and sit next to them.
Oh my God! All right, man. Have a great weekend. Thank you.
What kind of sketchy restaurant is Madden working?
All right, so one other food-related deal, and it is DoorDash. You know what's going on? Some people are gaming the system, and they're doing deliveries with like store-bought items. There's a guy that opened up a DoorDash delivery, and the guy's buying Costco muffins. He's buying Costco muffins and just selling them from his house and doing DoorDash.
Yeah. What's the issue?
And then you also have like the ghost kitchens.
Ghost kitchens, yeah. There's no physical location for this kitchen.
Yeah, there is a physical location for the kitchen,
It's
but
not a storefront.
There's no physical location for a restaurant.
Right.
You've got like these like back alley, like just like even some warehouse spaces. And New York was getting really, really filled with these operations for like Chinese takeout and some of the deliveries in New York. No restaurant. It was just like some like industrial kitchen just kicking out the food, and it wasn't a storefront. Listen to this. This is a dude that is just going to Costco, buying muffins, like a muffin delivery, and the guy's just marking up Costco muffins 200%.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do you ever see the lady online who buys like a Costco cake and then she'll scrape off all the toppings and then she'll decorate the cake, but she doesn't bake it, and then she'll sell it for like 8 times as much as she buys it for?
Wow.
You buy like a $30 sheet cake or a $20 sheet cake?
What was the cake story we had a while back?
I don't remember.
No, there was some story where someone was this. There was a bakery. Was it in Florida? Or the bakery, they were buying supermarket cakes and then representing them as
fresh made in store.
Yeah, like custom designer cakes, and they were buying the cakes at a. Do a Google on this one. It's going to drive me nuts.
If I go to your diner,
we talked about this like 2 years ago, maybe. Go to Google. Hurry up. Do a Google search.
Restaurants.
Yeah. No. Cake baker. Lawsuit. Buying cakes from supermarket. I think they were doing muffins and pastries, and they were.
Colorado Supreme Court dismisses case against Baker.
I don't know. Baker who did what?
I don't know.
The thing that I remember.
No, that's the gay cake thing. No.
No, what I remember is there was some like bakery maybe up in the Northeast, and she was saying gluten-free donuts, but she was selling like Dunkin' Donuts. And it had the DD sprinkles on it, and that's how they were able to identify it.
Oh, that's right. You know what? I think it might be. It was like a woman. A woman had a donut shop,
right?
And she was buying like Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts to fill her donut shop.
Yes.
Oh, and then there was a place that was selling Popeye's fried chicken. Do you remember that place?
Oh, yeah.
They saw the person run out and then come back in with a Popeyes bag, and then their chicken dinner comes to the table.
Yeah. There was a restaurant that was. They would go to Popeyes, which was right nearby. Somebody would order the fried chicken. They'd run to Popeyes and get the fried chicken at like double or triple the price at their restaurant. It's like, what the hell? I gotta take the temperature here, folks. I have to take the temperature. Also, I got a very disturbing thing to talk about when it comes to temperature taking, so we'll get to that in a second. It is 8:03 at the MJ Morning Show. MJ Fester, lovely wife Michelle, here on a Friday as we wrap up the week. You're in the middle of an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. We do it every morning. About 7:25, 7:26, we go an hour and 20 minutes nonstop. No interruptions, nothing, just nonstop content. The temperature debate, I find this fascinating. Who the hell came up with 98.6 is the normal human body temperature? You know, there's a movement afoot, and there are physicians. There are many people. What are you laughing at?
People don't use the word afoot nearly enough. There's a movement afoot. What's afoot?
Well, the deal is that the 98.6 body temperature that's supposed to be normal, that comes from like well over a century old data. And this goes back to the mid-19th century. A German physician, they looked at thousands of people. So thousands of people and then millions of temperature checks. And this goes back to like the 1850s, 1860s. And there was research done, 25,000 people, millions of temperature takings. And that's how they came up with that the average seemed to be 98.6. But there are many that are suggesting no, that's not accurate, that the actual real human body temperature is actually lower. Well, I'll tell you right now that I consistently, when I take my temperature, I consistently come up at like 98.1, 97.9. I get some 96.9s.
Wait,
actually.
Fester?
Would you say that there are many doctors disputing this?
Yes.
Would you say that the movement is a feat? Because there's multiple. I mean,
also, Fester, why don't you ask him how many times a day he takes his temperature?
How many times do you take it? And what method do you use?
No.
Do you have the head scanner? Do you do under the tongue? Do you do in the ear? Do you do the caboose?
Well, the caboose thing is what I wanted to talk about that was gross. When I was growing up, you feel warm, got to take your temperature, and it's always the Vaseline-tipped glass thermometer that went right up the rectum.
What?
You know, what? Seriously, my mom.
Oh
has,
my gosh.
My mother had some kind of a rectal temperature deal going on, and I can't tell you.
That's the way.
I can't tell you how many times that I've had the glass mercury-filled rectal thermometer from the ages of like. I think I was finally able to shut it down when I was like 10 or 11 years old.
Oh, God, I thought you were going to say like 31.
No.
Thanks for coming over. Good to see you. Let me take your temperature.
But my mom was obsessed with taking your temperature up the butt. I'm like, what the hell?
Have you ever confronted her on this?
You know what? That would be a great on-air confrontation.
I mean, this is.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's really some kind of family therapy because you've carried this with you for a long time.
I just remember she would take the glass thermometer with the metal tip and dip it into the Vaseline canister, container, and oh God. You know what? Maybe we ought to seek out some medical professionals. Are you a nurse? Are you a doctor? Are you not seeing as many 98.6s versus other temperatures? Do you concur that we need to revisit what a normal human body temperature is? And that why are we sticking with 98.6 degrees?
Is it a good guideline? I mean, it sounds like it's a very personal thing. It varies from person to person, but it's a good average temperature.
We are going on data from like the mid-1800s.
Okay.
Maybe it's time to revise this. Somebody do a new study here.
What are they going to do, 98.6 or 90.7? How far off could they possibly be?
800-990-1047. Just hey, Andrew, just a call or two. Andrew already has some unsolicited calls. We have a nurse, apparently. Pat, we've got a male Pat. Hello, Pat. Welcome to
hello there.
Hi, Pat. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
I'm a retired nurse, actually, and a lot of doctors, they want to use the centigrade temperature, which is 37 degrees, which is used throughout the rest of the world. And if you convert 37 centigrade to Fahrenheit, you come up with 98.6.
Ah, okay. So that's the same. All right, but Pat, do you think that do you think 98.6 is accurate for the human body temp these days, or do you think that it ought to be revisited?
You see all kinds of temperatures. Doctors don't want to know about it unless it's like 101.5. You know,
right.
It's really, it's just a number.
So if you have a 99.1, do you have a temperature?
No.
Or, I mean, do you have a fever, I should say? Of course you have a temperature.
No, you could just come in from a hot outside, you know, absorb some heat, or you just had a workout. You could be doing anything and had that. Conversely, you can always have it a little bit lower than that.
All right. Listen, hey, medical professional on the MJ Morning Show. Thank you, Pat.
See, his point is that with the Celsius, what do you say, 37 degrees?
37 degrees.
That's like a 4-degree range.
Yeah.
You know, like 1 degree Celsius is not the same as 1 degree Fahrenheit.
Right.
0 to 100, their scale.
Let me grab Michelle. Michelle's in Trinity. Michelle's a nurse. Michelle, where are you on 98.6?
So,
by the way, you're right now you're 104.7. Holy crap! Rush you to the ER. 104.7. Q105. All right. I'm sorry, Michelle. Go ahead.
I'm a NICU nurse, and we use a range. We want the babies to be within from 36.5 to 37.5. So we don't want a specific temperature. We want a range, and I think that's more accurate and more along the lines of what you're talking about.
All right. Do you think 98.6 from 1850s research is outdated?
No, I think that if you did tested a whole bunch of people, it would probably still be the average, but it's definitely not for everybody. It should be a range, like we do in the NICU. It should be a range of temperatures that are normal, not just a specific temperature.
Well, thank you, Michelle.
Of course. Have a good day.
Have a nice weekend. Absolutely. Listen, just something to think about. Hey, Michelle.
Yeah.
You've got the bath bombs, right?
The bath bombs?
Yeah,
like the soap clusters that you put in a bath.
What
to make
are the things you put in the shower?
When's the last time I took a bath? Those are shower steamers.
Oh, yeah, Michelle's got shower steamers.
Oh, you put them on the floor in the shower, and the hot water hits it?
They melt.
Mm-hmm.
They melt like those Listerine strips under your tongue.
Well, don't they like emit like a eucalyptus steam or something?
Well, so Michelle's using these, but the bath balls, the bath bombs or whatever.
Yes.
Man, this is awful. Have you ever heard of Lush?
Yes.
So you have heard of the brand?
They used to be, there was a store right behind us, Union Square.
Lush?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So listen to this. The woman says that her Lush bath bomb cut the crap out of her.
That was a real bomb.
There were shards of glass inside her Lush bath ball.
It was the new shrapnel.
Is that the worst? Can you imagine? You're in the bath. You got a bath ball. You're looking for this nice, scented, soapy, this luxurious bath experience. And apparently there were shards of glass in her bath bomb. My God, it's more like an incendiary device blowing out the windows and showering you with glass. Yeah, this woman says, I'm taking a bath. I put in my bath bomb and I feel stuff poking me. Moving the rose pink fizzy ball with her fingers, and then she starts seeing a different color. So pink and red. The damn thing, it cut her. There was glass was. How did that happen?
That's awful.
Isn't that terrible? Yeah, listen, I don't know if this is a one-off. There's
I don't think so.
What are you seeing?
It looked like there was some Reddit threads from way back in 2019.
Oh well,
about my Lush bath bomb experience had glass in it.
I mean,
how about roofing nails?
Do you drop a mason jar inside the mix? I mean,
you know what? We ought to launch a new bath bomb company with just awful things inside.
The worst.
Anchovies.
Ooh.
Oh,
Roofing nails.
Okay.
Glass.
Awful.
Road tar. What else?
Road tar. That'd be pretty clumpy by the time it hit the water.
yeah, really.
Little razor blades.
razor
X-Acto knives. Tips of X-Acto knives.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Used hypodermic needles.
Oh.
Yes.
Gross.
Oh,
So I'm on Lush's website, and they have a whole Easter collection of bath bombs that look super cute.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mention that it'll cut you, though.
All right, are you ready for oopsies? I've got the best oopsies. Sorry. I got the best oopsies story of the week. You're going to want to bring up the picture because we need to all look and try to decipher what this woman was writing. And, of course, it's a Florida story. It's over in Volusia County, other side of the state, other side of Orlando. So this woman had a bad breakup.
Oh.
Ex-boyfriend. She decides that she's going to vandalize his car with all kinds of spray paint and writing all kinds of nasty stuff all over the car. Why would this be an oopsies?
Because you shouldn't do that in the first place.
No, come on, go further.
No, she was going to do it anyway.
Yeah, why is this an oopsies?
Would she accidentally spray paint like a cop's car or something?
Well, wrong car. It was spray painted a neighbor's car, not hers. Listen to this. Yeah, this is from Channel 6 Orlando. A woman was arrested on Wednesday this week, mistakenly vandalizing a vehicle that she thought belonged to her ex-boyfriend.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, this is according to the Volusia County Sheriff's Office. In a release, deputies said they responded to a vandalism call along Gramercy Drive in Deltona about a young woman spray painting a vehicle. Cops show up. Deputies find the woman later identified as Evelina Fabianski, 18, and a 16-year-old girl in tow. The 16-year-old had sweatpants on covered in yellow paint, remnants from the yellow spray paint cans. When questioned, the 18-year-old admitted that she was upset with her ex-boyfriend and decided to spray paint and throw eggs at what she thought was his vehicle. Unfortunately, according to the Volusia County Sheriff's Office, the vehicle in question belonged to a neighbor, not her ex-boyfriend. Michelle, look at the picture that Fester brought up. This thing is unbelievable. This is bright, like French's mustard colored yellow.
She covered the whole car.
The whole freaking car.
Words, graffiti.
All right, so I'm trying to make out what she wrote. Is that ASOL, like asshole? A-S...
It looks like it might be. I see a J-A-S-O-N. It might be it's a Jason.
It might be Jason.
Right.
I thought she was spelling. I thought she might have been spelling a-hole differently. A-S-O-L. No, it looks like it's J-A-S-O-N. Yeah, there we go.
I think she kept it clean because she put devil on the side. Not.
Yeah, there's devil. But what? Do you see poo? I'm seeing poo on the A pillar, the right side of the driver's windshield, A pillar, and then onto the driver's window. It looks like it says poo, P-O-O.
I see maybe smiley faces.
Right. It says not MPB.
Not what? And then I see devil. This car is trashed. It's like virtually every inch of the car is covered with yellow spray paint. And oopsies, wrong car. She spray painted the neighbor's car. According to the arrest affidavit, Fabianski told deputies that her ex-boyfriend owed her around $700, and that's what caused her to go nuts. Turned out the car's actual owner had just parked across the street, leading to the misunderstanding. The damage to the car is around $5,000.
Oh, that's awful.
Deputies also said they caught the woman driving with 2 open containers of Four Loko.
That's a good drink.
She's 18, so obviously she's underage drinking. And then she's got a 16-year-old. That's a whole different deal. I'll get to that in a second. The sheriff's office provided Channel 6 Orlando with body camera footage of the encounter. As a result, the 18-year-old was arrested, now facing charges of criminal mischief. That's for the vandalism with the spray paint. Contributing to the delinquency of a minor because you have an 18-year-old that's bringing a 16-year-old along, alcohol in the car. You got open containers of Four Loko. So contributing to the delinquency of a minor, possession of alcohol under 21 because she had alcohol and she's 18, and also DUI. So she just got whacked with a whole bunch of stuff. The 16-year-old faces a possession charge of marijuana over 20 grams.
She's in trouble.
They found drugs in her bag. Deputies also recovered an empty bottle of Crown Royal, a scale, and a yellow can of spray paint. We're not dealing with criminal masterminds here, are we?
No, we aren't.
Bunch of morons. Oopsies. Wrong car. Sorry. Wow.
Don't you know what car your boyfriend drives?
I mean, it's late at night. If he drove, it's a black sedan. I mean, he drove a black sedan as well. I mean, they're pretty common.
They appeared to be a couple of Four Locos and Crown Royal in on the deal.
Yeah.
All right. So maybe there was some misinterpretation. Wow. All right. This is hysterical. Oh, okay. I shouldn't say that.
So what are you going with then? Is it hysterical or is it not hysterical?
A woman's been arrested because she locked her boyfriend in a storage unit for 5 days.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, think about this. You get those storage units. Someone's inside. You pull the door down. You put the lock on.
They're trapped.
I'm writing that down.
But we've had units at U-Haul, on Gandy, and
it could be days before somebody walks down to get to their unit.
No, there are tons of people
Who
going
knows?
through there.
Different storage units have different traffic patterns. Right. I mean, yeah, you have a busy one in the middle of town, but there are some of them. I'm sure people don't walk down the hallway but once a week, maybe.
Yeah, this is out of Union County, North Carolina. A woman been arrested, locked her boyfriend in a storage unit for 5 days. Robin Renee Deaton, 52, accused of locking the victim in a storage unit.
I mean, a lot of storage units, you put the crap there and kind of mentally forget about it. I had a friend, he didn't visit his storage stuff for years.
How is he not banging like nuts? So during his 5th day in storage, without food or water, the man was able to find his phone among the items in the unit. Why did it take so long to find his freaking phone? Now, I understand it's dark in there. If you had the phone on, you'd be able to turn the flashlight on. But it took him 5 days to find his phone and finally call the police for help?
This story doesn't make sense. I mean, you're in a storage unit in pitch black conditions for 5 days, and then, I don't know, nobody calls you in 5 days to hear your phone?
You want to hear the audio? You want to hear this is the 911 call. Listen to this.
911, where's your emergency?
I've been locked in the storage unit for about a week now, and I just now found my phone. She double locked my lock, and I don't know how she put me in here, but she put me in here. I just need out of here. I just can't breathe. I haven't had nothing to drink or anything.
Like 5 days with no food or water? Holy crap. 911 call.
911, where's your emergency?
I've been locked in the storage unit for about a week now, and I just now found my phone. She double locked my lock, and I don't know how she put me in here, but she put me in here. I just need out of here. I just can't breathe. I haven't had nothing to drink or anything.
They took him to the hospital, treatment of dehydration. He's been released, so he's going to recover. They described the storage unit as a hoarder's paradise type situation. Objects falling out of the unit immediately after they opened the door.
So it's not like he had space to even walk around. He's kind of smashed in there.
God. Investigators believe Deaton asked, so the woman, the girlfriend, asked the man to crawl to the back of the unit to retrieve something and then pulled the door down and locked him in. Holy frig.
And then said,
Go ahead.
This is what you get.
Yeah. So obviously they were having some kind of dispute.
Look at the storage unit. All the crap just fell right out as soon as they opened it.
Yep.
And also, I think Fester's right. I think it might have been like an outside, one of those like remote
Yeah.
outside. So
No,
people
it was. No, it was one of the outside units.
Yeah, so
But
people aren't
still-
walking by
but
like it's not the inside climate controlled one like like you normally think of.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, hang on a minute. I see the. Fester, go back. The phone numbers. Go back to the other thing. The phone number's on there.
Let me play it. Here we go.
No.
It's coming up. It's coming up because after this.
Put me in here.
All right, wait. I want to get the phone number. I want to call the storage place. All right, stop. Just hit pause. All right, here's the phone number for this place. 1-704-345-17. All right, this is the storage joint. Hang on. Hey, Andrew, can you pick up the phone?
See if it
Hey,
manages.
if it's a recording, put it right back on hold. Hurry up. If it's someone that answers, what do you have? Is it still ringing? All right, it's still ringing. If someone picks up, see if we can talk to them about renting a unit.
Nobody's picking up at 8:30 in the morning.
Hey, you don't know that. It's 8:23. Storage places are open. What are you getting? You getting anything? Still ringing.
Put it back on hold.
Still ringing.
Pick it up.
All right, hang on a minute. Here we go.
This is Lindsay.
Hang on a sec. Hey, Andrew, someone just picked up.
Did a trip to an answering service?
Yeah. Pick it up. Someone's on the phone. Let me tell them it's the MJ Morning Show. We want to talk to them live. All right. Yeah. So Andrew, I think he thought it was going to a recording, but no, it was somebody live picking up.
After 10 rings, they must have an answering service that.
I don't know.
What is it? The C?
Yeah, it's something storage. Yeah,
C storage.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, it was the wrong number. I called the number that's. Hold on, let me see the store. 704. I called the right number.
Is that 845? No.
No, it's 345. I called the right number.
Okay. Listen, we don't need to talk to a storage unit.
No,
We're going to lock somebody up.
Yeah, I wanted to know how often they go around, checking things out.
Never.
All right.
They never do. They just pay your rent or they'll put the double lock on it. That's all they care about. They're not going to touch your stuff or looks secure to me.
The Tampa Bay Rays have announced that ticket prices are going to go up dramatically for the upcoming Rays season at Steinbrenner Field in Tampa.
Whatever, Rays.
Yeah, so, wow, I've got the numbers here. The average ticket to go to a Rays ball game is going to be $4,570 per seat.
Okay.
It's going to be like the Super Bowl tickets.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, you got much fewer seats. They're going to have to raise the price in order to.
You can try to make all the money off the people.
Listen, you gotta pay for. Aren't the Yankees getting like $8 million for the season to let the Rays use the Steinbrenner Field facility across from Ray J? I believe so.
I don't know. The Steinbrenners didn't let me look over the contract.
So the Rays are jacking up prices. Prices for tickets are up this season about 40%, so close to 40%. Opening day, those tickets are going to start at $150 a piece. Yeah, because of the demand for opening day.
Okay.
The Rays are paying $15 million.
Is it $15 million for the season?
$15 million for the use of the stadium.
Yeah, that's why the Yankees kicked the
Well, the Yankees kicked him out.
The single A team to the curb.
The Yankees.
They're playing at the Palma Sea Little League field. That's where the Tampa Yankees,
the Tarpons,
the Tarpons. Now they're going to play at the Palma Sea Field on Manhattan in South Tampa.
I heard they're going to play a couple of games at the ball fields on Davis Islands.
No, the stadium holds 11,000 or so.
Yeah, listen, $15 million doesn't really move the Yankees' meter very much. It's a multi-billion-dollar operation.
$15 million, obviously enough to let the Rays use the facility for the season.
The Yankees are helping Major League Baseball and helping another team. That's what they're doing.
But listen, bottom line is that ticket prices are going up and, somewhat close to 40%. All right, on to the Gene Hackman situation. And holy crap, this thing just gets weirder and weirder and weirder.
How long was Gene gone before somebody looked for him?
They're thinking that they could have been dead in the place for up to 2 weeks.
How did 2 dogs survive?
Well, apparently some of the dogs were outside. Now, Michelle, let's go down the list of what we know. So Gene Hackman and his wife, Gene Hackman, 95, the wife was 63, And some of the details that have emerged since yesterday are, kind of interesting. So Gene Hackman's daughter thought for sure that it was carbon monoxide poisoning. But then when authorities showed up, they said that there were no signs of a carbon monoxide leak or any kind of a gas leak for that matter. Then you had a door to the house which was open.
Mm-hmm.
You had Gene Hackman apparently collapsed and dead. I mean, this guy, one of the best actors ever. I mean, anything with Gene Hackman I liked. He was just one of those actors that he just had such a commanding presence. Whatever role he did, man, you just got sucked in. I mean, I have always been a Gene Hackman fan. So he was found on the ground, on the floor, in what they described as a mud room. And typically that's like you come in from the outside and the kids take off their shoes and they have little hooks to hang up their little jackets. A mud room. That's what I think of.
So he died in the mud room?
So he was found on the floor in the mud room, and his glasses had fallen off his head. There was also a cane.
Right.
A cane was on the ground. So, did he slip? Did he fall? I mean, it seems to indicate that he fell with glasses and cane on the ground. The wife, she was found in a bathroom, collapsed on the floor. Her head was near a space heater. I wonder if that thing was going, because that'll certainly speed along decomp. Ugh. But there were also pills. There was a prescription pill bottle. We don't know what the pills were, but there were pills that had, I guess, been strewn on the counter.
They were scattered on the floor.
On the floor.
Like they dropped and they fell out of the bottle.
But what took them both down? And then again, 2 weeks, it is believed, a neighbor finally...
No, a maintenance worker went over to do some work.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
A neighbor apparently was concerned because they hadn't seen them. And then I have the 911 call from the gardener or the maintenance guy. Yeah. So I do have that audio I'll get to in a second.
So the neighbor was concerned enough, but not enough to investigate?
So apparently they had 3 dogs.
Yes.
2 dogs were found outside.
Healthy and roaming.
For 2 weeks?
Yeah. I mean,
for 10 days?
Dogs can last a long time without food. Yeah. And then there was another dog, a German Shepherd.
Right.
That was found.
In a crate.
Dead in a crate, or some reports say a closet.
Nope, that's mistaken.
All right, so it was a dog crate.
Yes.
Wouldn't dogs bark? I mean, did he live in a neighborhood, or did he have like this piece of property that nobody could hear anybody yelling?
It looked like a sprawling, large piece of land.
Yeah.
This is Santa Fe, New Mexico. So you can imagine kind of like the Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner kind of landscape.
Yeah. I mean,
it's kind of, it was very...
Not a lot of lush grass.
No, it's like all like zero cactuses.
Yeah.
And, it was, they had a big house on that big kind of, desert southwesty looking terrain. And then here's the 911 audio. And man, you can hear the pain in this dude's voice. This is a maintenance worker, a yard guy that saw a door open, then looked in a window and saw Gene Hackman on the ground. Listen to the audio.
Santa Fe 911, what is that? Is it emergency?
Hello, my name is the caretaker for Santa Fe Summit. I'm here at past 10,000 waves.
So he's the caretaker for Santa Fe Summit, I guess was the area.
I think we just found one deceased person inside a house. What's the address here? There's no address. I'm going to wait for you at the gate. I'm going to wait for you to please send somebody really quick.
Okay, what's going to be the address?
It's going to be down at the gatehouse. I'll meet you over there. I'll meet them over there. I'm the caretaker for the subdivision. I'm going to bring them up here.
All right, so he's the caretaker for the subdivision.
Okay.
And it seems like they're not like houses all jammed up next to each other. It seems like there's a good chunk of land for each house in this, rusticy, southwestern.
Middle of New Mexico, you have 1,000 acres.
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me speak with the paramedics.
Wow.
Thank you.
Give me 1 second.
That's terrible.
So the guy's like, sounds like he's crying.
Did he know it was Gene Hackman's house?
I think he did. And you can hear how distraught this dude is, man. Talk about, that's got to screw up your day,
All right, question.
Yeah.
how long before anybody misses you at all?
Yeah, why did it take so long? I hear a little more of the audio. You hear, so you got the other dogs are barking, the ones I guess survived, and then you hear the guy's like whimpering. And listen, I can imagine this guy's very upset. I feel terrible for this guy's traumatized. But we don't have an answer. We're not close yet. Obviously, toxicology is going to be done on the bodies to see if they can determine cause of death. But right now, this is a freaking mystery. This is like some kind of Gene Hackman, mystery thriller. I mean, in real life. All right, a little more 911. Here's the second part.
Are you with the patient now?
Yeah, I'm over at their property. There's no address here. So I have to meet the ambulance or the police, whoever, down at the gatehouse. I'll bring them up here.
Okay. How old is the patient?
I have no idea.
You don't know? Okay, that's fine. Is the patient a male or a female?
A female and a male, probably. I don't know, sir. Just send somebody up here real quick.
Okay.
I mean, he must have known it was Gene Hackman. Hey, dude. Hey, maintenance dude. You ever see The French Connection? You ever see Hoosiers? I've never seen Hoosiers. Michelle, we got to watch Hoosiers this weekend.
Yeah, so like
we know what, we got to do a Gene Hackman marathon.
Last night on my HBO Max, The Birdcage was one of the suggested movies. I'm like, oh, Gene.
Gene.
Are they awake?
I have no idea.
Are they breathing?
I have no idea. I'm not inside the house. It's closed.
Hang
It's
up on
locked.
the
I
guy
can't go
already.
in. But I see them. She's laying down on a floor from the window.
Do they appear to be awake or alert?
No. It's not.
Okay. Are they moving at all?
No, dude, they're not moving. Just send somebody up here really quick.
Okay, my units are underway, okay?
God.
I'm sorry?
My units are underway right now.
Okay, I'll meet them down at the gatehouse because they might not have the code.
You don't have the actual address of the house of where this person lives?
I have no idea. There's no address. There's a reason why for that.
All right,
There's a
anyway.
reason why for that.
Yeah, there's a reason why. Why is it? What's the reason why there's no address?
Probably because he's a big Hollywood A-list celebrity, and
Yeah.
the houses have no address, but the community does, and you get your mail that way.
Anything else I'm missing, Michelle?
No, that you hit it all.
Wow.
So the Gene Hackman mystery. This is as good as any plot of any movie he's ever been in.
But to be missing for...
He goes out with like a script.
Yeah.
A crazy thriller script.
All right, so Gene's 95. Maybe he doesn't talk to people very regularly.
Right.
But
he played pickleball every Wednesday.
But you'd figure, I mean...
I don't know.
The wife was in her 60s. She didn't
She
have
was 63.
a network of friends or kids or relatives or associates that she talked to regularly enough not to be missed over 2 weeks.
Right. I would think family members at least, but they were fairly reclusive from what I read about it. Like they had moved there to be removed from,
I'm all for getting away from my pain in the ass kids, but it's you talk to them regularly.
Right.
Hey, I haven't talked to my dad in 10 days.
Yeah. That's a little weird.
All right, lady suing Publix.
Why? What'd they do?
She claims that she was overcharged for deli items. Boar's Head is saying, oh, thank God it's not us.
Boar's Head's like,
yeah. This brings up a very interesting point. First, though, a woman has filed a class action lawsuit against Publix. She claims that she was overcharged for her food sold by the pound, including items from the deli, including meats.
How?
She says that she bought food on sale by the pound, but when she checked out, the register charged for more weight than she purchased, so she paid extra. And her complaint alleges that the chain acted deceptively and unfairly to customers. I'm going to tell you right now that Publix, whatever they did, it was not intentional.
Hold on. I've bought a reasonable amount of things
You've
from...
bought?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some good English there, Spike.
All right, fine. Let me do it again.
I bought.
I boughted a lot of things from Publix Deli, from pub subs to sliced meat to the prepackaged stuff. And it says the price, or it says the per pounds and what the per pound price is and the breakdown if you get like 1.2 pounds or whatever. How is this wrong? What was he differential between what the sticker said and what the register said?
I don't have all the details, but she's going after Publix. And part of the reason why I'm bringing this up is one of my peeves. And Michelle's tired of it. Michelle's like, you keep saying the same thing over and over. I don't want to hear this anymore. But it happens a lot. So, Michelle, what do you yell at me? What is the deli? And it's not just Publix, it's other places. But, over the years, we frequented Publix deli counter the most. So what is the issue where you've scolded and chastised me? Shut up already.
You get so irate when you order like a pound of turkey and it's like 1 something. Oh my gosh, he goes ballistic, has a tantrum.
No, I don't have a tantrum.
Oh my gosh, I can't stand to hear about it. We're going to eat it.
You have to have exactly a pound?
Yes. He's so precise, isn't he? Isn't he so precise with his time and everything else in his life?
What a weirdo.
I'm a weirdo?
Yeah. The guy says, hey, it's a little bit over, and you're supposed to say, oh, that's fine.
Yes.
Or, nope, take a slice off. And they're like, okay, whatevs.
Right.
So here's the deal, and this is what I question. If somebody orders a half pound and then it becomes 0.55 or 0.61 instead of a 0.50, or if somebody orders a pound and it's a 1.02 or it's a 1.15 or it's over a pound, and the question is, how much additional money in sales are they making every year because it's been juiced up a little? Dude, I'm guessing it's millions.
Who cares?
What do you mean, who cares?
It's not that they're making additional.
Right.
They're telling you how much they're giving you.
I realize. Listen,
they're
but
still giving you what you're paying for.
I realize that, but you're helping boost up their bottom line. You're increasing their sales. You only wanted 1 pound of, let's say,
my God,
Boar's Head American cheese at, let's say, $8.99 a pound, and then you end up with over a pound.
Stop.
So then you're suddenly at $9.52 or something.
Is your great conspiracy that George Jenkins III is on a yacht right now because of 1/2 of an ounce of turkey?
I'm just saying. Think about how many deli customers are there in a year, and how much in additional sales do they rack up by going over what the customer ordered?
I'll tell you what I'm not going to think about.
What?
This. And how about the times when you order the pound and then it goes a little bit over and the deli slicer takes off the 1 or 2 slices to make it the pound, and then they put it back on there and they give it to you?
I have not had that happen in years.
Lester?
We call this meeting of the Publix profit report to order. We did it again this year, boys.
How did we boost up the sales?
We charged everybody for 1/10 of an ounce more of deli meats. Yes, we did it.
Hey, we're gonna exceed our increase in revenues by doing what? We're going to add slices so that the few cents more, the $1 more.
Lamborghinis for everybody. We stuck it to the man. No. You know exactly. The scale weighs it probably
I'm pointing out that's always been a peeve of mine. You ask for a pound and you get more, and I calculate in my head how much more money they make in a year by giving you or providing you more than what you ordered.
Do you want to hate yourself?
Why am I?
Do you want to?
All right, where are you going?
Work a deli. Work a deli counter for a day. Work a deli counter for a day and deal with schmuck customers like you. I want exactly a pound of turkey. You gave me 1 pound, 0.01.
All right, I'm moving
How
along.
about this?
Yes.
How about you order under the pound so that it doesn't go over? Say I want 3/4 of a pound, and then that way when it goes a little over,
I want 0.97.
Do you warn the deli person, hey, I'm going to order a pound of turkey just so you know I'm a pound prick. I want it to be exactly a pound.
I'm a pound putz. I'm a pound prick.
Whatever. They all apply. If it's not a pound, I'm going to huff and puff.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just pointing out an observation that drives me nuts. I have a comment via direct message on Instagram for Chloe's car, and I got to go over, man. The email blew up. You know, we mentioned this. Yes, Andrew. Hang on a minute. Andrew says, don't move on yet. We've got a deli counter worker on line 5. Who is it? What's the name?
Making no friends.
All right, TJ from the deli. TJ, hi, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, MJ. I just wanted to say I worked at a deli counter once, and we do sometimes, get like a slice or two extra on the scale. We're still selling that meat, so the bottom line isn't impacted. But there is one thing: whenever the slab.
No, the bottom line is impacted because you have a profit margin on the additional weight.
Well, here's the thing: we're still selling the product, but also whenever the slab of meat runs low, and we can't get like good slices out of it anymore, they have us toss it. So whatever profit margins we'd be getting from the putting on extra slices, that's gone away.
Yeah, that's all factored in. The waste, but the heel or whatever the last bit is that you can't slice. First of all, why would you chuck it? I would just gnaw on it later on during lunch.
Well, I mean, we can't sell it because it's like not.
I would just take the nub of leftover turkey breast and put it in my pocket.
Yeah, then you'd be getting a visit from like loss prevention. You lose your job.
Well, if you're going to toss it, why just have it for lunch?
That's not how it goes.
So, TJ, how fun is working the deli counter?
I don't work at a deli counter.
No. I'm talking about in the past. How fun was working at the deli counter?
I mean, it was all right. I was trained very poorly. I didn't know what I was doing, so I didn't stay for very long.
You didn't know you were not trained?
Yeah, I was trained, but the person training me wasn't really good at their job.
You ever slice off a couple of fingertips and have those things end in somebody's order?
Fortunately, no. In fact, I was actually very precise when it came to the meat. I got it exact, like I'd say 80% of the time.
I got you. Hey, thank you, buddy. And I'm glad that you're happy. It sounds like you moved on to a different career.
Yeah, now it works
yeah,
in frozen
making
foods.
a lot more money too.
All right, thank you, buddy.
All right, now we have an actual deli
look at
manager
this.
on the line.
We've got Craig is a Publix deli manager.
This is who I want to talk to.
Craig, welcome to the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning, MJ.
All right, so what's the story?
I worked for Publix for 24 years on the deli.
Yep.
And so you're one of those guys that, like, when it goes a little over, you go, oh, well, that's over a pound. I've actually had to tear a piece of meat in half to make it exactly a pound.
Yeah, that's MJ.
I'm going, okay, there you go. Yeah.
Well, listen, that's why shopping is a pleasure at Publix. But seriously, it's not intentional, but if somebody orders a pound and it's a little over, if you take all the Publixes, or listen, any supermarket for that matter, and you add up all the additional sales because of the overage, it's probably freaking very considerable.
Right. Yeah, it would be. Of course, you're going to make more money. But the option is then I come up and you give you the slice of meat, depending on the slice of meat, like it's oven-grilled turkey, that slice is going to weigh like way over an ounce. If I take it off, you're going to get 0.94.
Right. Okay.
So do you want less or do you want more?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And they always give the option.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the times they're not that good at estimating, and they don't want to walk back to the slicer again, so they make it go a little over just so they won't have to walk back and slice one more slice for you. So.
No, I've had to yell several times when I get my boar's head white American sliced. The folks that want to slice it and then put it in one giant clump instead of separating it in between the plastic sheets. I mean, you know how to do that, Craig, right?
That's 24 years. I should know.
Yeah, but so
you train your people.
Yeah, you gotta train the folks. You can't like slice the cheese and then put it back in one giant clump. You got to put little.
I've told them before. They get that home, it's going to be one piece again.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. All right, Craig, you sound like you know exactly what you're doing. Craig, thank you very much for calling in.
MJ opens up a deli.
Publix.
I'm sorry, what? Say it again.
And thank you for shopping at Publix.
Absolutely. Thank you, Craig.
Yeah.
Take care.
All right.
That guy knows his stuff.
He does.
Yeah,
listen, 24 years in deli? Holy crap, you've seen everything. You've seen what pound pricks like me is
all day, every day. You know what they stopped doing? They stopped giving you a slice. Remember when you'd order like, a pound and a half of this, and the first slice would be, would you like to try the slice?
Well, that was to see if the thickness was to your liking, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what the deal was there. All right, Party City looks like
Party's over.
Well, here's the update. Man, a lot of stuff is closing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we heard Joann Fabrics closing 800 stores nationally. We have the story on Party City will shut down Friday. You know, we passed by the Party City on Southdale Mabry. Is that south or north? It's
North.
Is Party City north of Kennedy or south?
It's north of
I've
Kennedy.
lived over there for 30-something years, and there's certain things that I still question, north or south. And,
just down Mabry.
Yeah. Anyway, so we drove by yesterday, and it was still open. But apparently Party City is shutting the doors today.
Are they having like any kind of liquidation sale? Or have they been doing it? I don't know.
When we passed by, I could look into the glass doors, and it looks like there was still some party crap inside.
Mm.
But the party is officially over apparently today.
Oh.
That Party City is going out of business today as it brings to a close the 2 months of the going out of business sale. And I was just thinking, you know, what do you do? I mean, you got Party City on all these signs. Do you knock the P off and maybe, you know, some guy named Arthur buys it, it becomes Artie City, and he just sells just all kinds of junk, or what? You put an F in front of it.
Yeah, and you sell beans.
Farty City.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Welcome to Farty City, everybody. We've got all kinds of beans: black beans, garbanzo beans.
The store that makes you fart.
Oh my God. Okay,
Farty
I'm
City.
leaving the room.
Hey, look, everybody, it's Farty the
Oh, you know what?
mascot.
And it's easy. You could turn a P into an F. You can just cut out a chunk of the right side of the loop on the P, and you could easily turn that into Farty City.
Hi, boys and girls. I'm Farty the Fart.
Oh, Fart Man. Michelle, come on. We're little boys over here.
Yeah, I see that. I don't need to be here for this. I'm taking a break.
No, that's all right. It's all right.
Would you like to meet Tudor?
No.
My little sidekick?
No.
Our mascot is Tudor.
Tudor and Hey, everybody. I'm Tudor.
All right, so the company is shutting down. Apparently, Party City closes down today.
I cannot wait for Farty City, though. That sounds great.
Yeah. It looks like Five Below and Dollar Tree
are going to absorb the inventory?
Well, no. It looks like they're going to pick up some of the
locations.
Yeah, they're going to assume some of the leases because you have these unexpired leases. So it looks like Five Below. You know, I've never been in a Five Below store.
Are you sure?
I have never ever. I swear, I've
Yeah.
never ever been in a Five Below.
It's like a millionaire's Dollar Tree.
Uh-huh.
Like if you're rich.
Wait a minute, a millionaire's Dollar
Yes,
Tree?
because a Dollar Tree, most things are $1.25,
Right.
right? And you know, I shop there. However, if I were a millionaire, I'd be shopping at Five Below, where most things are about $5 or a little less.
Right.
A lot of
Are there any $6 or $10 items?
They have now. Not all these price-specific stores now have a section for, like, they sell headphones there for like $12.
So, I'm sure those are high quality. All right, Dollar Tree
That's where I got these.
Dollar Tree is trying to take control of 148 Party City locations. Man, I'll tell you, Farty City, man, that would be a hit.
All we need is one. Let's get the Southdale Mabry location.
Farty City.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tudors.
Yes, folks. Yes. Fester and I are 8.
Yes.
That's
great.
And Michelle can confirm that.
Oh, we can have brown uniforms.
And I'm the same way. I'm the same way at home as well. Yeah.
This doesn't stop.
All right, we stop.
The show's over. It still keeps going between.
Just get some old UPS uniforms.
You want to hear really weird stuff? You should hear our phone calls after the show.
All right, so
yes.
So Dollar Tree is going to pick up 148 Party City locations, and we don't know how many that Five Below intends to move in on.
Here's the deal. Party cities, generally speaking, are really large stores.
Yeah.
They're a big store, bigger than any Five Below I've ever been to. And, it'd be like a Dollar Tree mecca. I mean, it's a lot.
All right, one last thing here before we end over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ Morning Show with great Farty City content, man.
Hi, everybody.
All right, one last thing. I got a direct message on my Instagram. This came from Zdenka. Thank you, Zdenka. And Zdenka obviously listens and knows that Chloe and myself and Michelle, we've been car shopping for Chloe. So Zdenka, obviously a regular listener of the show, also heard the story about my mom's housekeeper of like 10 years getting deported and thrown out of the country. And again, my mom's housekeeper was illegal in the country until 2017, and then married to an American. And then the housekeeper in 2017 started to go to immigration and started to try to get on track and do things legally. The housekeeper had a Florida driver license, a Social Security number, paying taxes. The housekeeper back in early January was called into the immigration office, and I don't know whether this is the regular meeting, but they slapped an ankle monitoring bracelet on her ankle at a January meeting. This is my mom's housekeeper. And then, like 2 weeks ago, a week ago, my mom just told me the story. She goes for her meeting, and they throw her out of the country. She was I don't know if it's arrested. She was detained. Mm-hmm. She was detained and already shipped out of the country.
What about all of her stuff in her house?
And,
what about her car?
Well,
her car was in the parking lot?
She's married, and then everyone's like trying to figure out in my family, like, what's going on here? And I had some listeners that sent me email. It's probably the husband wanted to get rid of her.
Mm-hmm.
The husband probably turned her in or came up with something. We don't know why, but she was tossed out. So listen to this. How does this have to do with Chloe's car shopping? Because Zdenka is a genius listener and wants to know what's happening to the housekeeper's car if she's been thrown out of the country and sent back to Guatemala or Honduras. Listen to this. Hey, MJ, regarding housekeeper for your parents, has probably turned her in for $1,000 reward. That's number one.
$1,000?
Yeah. So I guess and then maybe Chloe can get her car.
What'd you drive?
I don't know.
It's terrible.
That's
terrible.
It's $1,000 reward. I think was there an immigration reward to turn people in? But she was
in the process.
But she was legal. She was involved in the paperwork.
No, she was legal in here unless he can allege something that she violated.
That's what people are surmising, that the husband said, "Oh, I'm gonna say that she's lying about her immigration,
right?
And get her tossed." And man, she got tossed. She's gone. All right, when we get back, thanks for listening, folks. Hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ starts now. We got almost a whole hour to go, and I have tons of email, people recommending cars for Chloe. Sounds like cars for kids, cars for 8777 cars for Chloe, 8777. All right, hang on. When we get back, also, dating app safety. You got to hear this. And also, is Tropicana going to go bankrupt? Tropicana could go bankrupt. I mean, the roof is off the Trop, and now the roof could be off all of Tropicana. All right, hold on. We'll get into all this next. Don't move. We got a lot coming. Oh, and what's the worst thing that can happen while watching a Captain America screening at a movie theater? Oh, I got it. I got it for you. We have a lot of stuff. I haven't even scratched the surface. Next hour is going to be a rocket ride. Don't move. Back in minutes, MJ Morning Show. If you're planning... Morning Show. Here we go. Final hour, a little less, of the MJ Morning Show on a Friday. And listen, just doing our part to make your day not suck. And I don't know how 40 City doesn't do that for you, you know?
So I had somebody text me a photoshopped Party City.
Oh, that's great.
It would look like that.
Hey, Andrew, grab Fester's camera. You got it? Oh, that's
Party, then you see I'll scroll over.
That's great.
Party City.
That's fantastic. What does it say underneath?
Nobody has more farts.
Party City.
Nobody has more farts. Party City.
That's hysterical. All right. Say goodbye to Party City today. Apparently, this will be the last day of Party City.
Hello, Party City on
closing
Monday.
down this Friday. Hey, there is something that I forgot to talk about on the show. And this is why I encourage people to, give me a follow on Instagram, because there is content that is on my Instagram that never makes it to the show. And, we're talking about good stuff. So my Instagram is Certified MJ Radio. I encourage you, to follow me. If you don't follow me, hey, just as long as you're listening to the show. And if you follow me and you don't like my stuff, then unfollow me. Simple as that. But Certified MJ Radio. A couple of, let's see, what was this? This was last week, I believe. So this would have been last Friday. Michelle drove me to the airport last Friday, so a week ago. I had a 6 o'clock flight from Tampa International to Fort Lauderdale to go see my parents. And it was just interesting. I was just like watching what was going on. I was in the TSA pre-check line, and over on the normal side of the regular security, just to the left of me, as I'm finishing with TSA pre-check, I got my stuff off the belt, the X-ray belt, and I just noticed there's a whole commotion to the lane to the left of me, which is the normal non-TSA pre-check. I'm like, what's going on? And cops are coming in. There were like two Tampa airport police officers, and all I hear is there a gun in the bag? Is there a gun in the bag?
What?
Yeah. Do you follow my Instagram? Do you follow me at Michelle? Do you follow Certified MJ Radio?
I do, but I check Instagram so
infrequently.
Yes, thank you. Infrequently.
So I told the story. I shot a video in the airport after the incident, and I'm telling people what just happened. So I have never had this happen. However, Tampa International is one of the airports in the country that had a very high number of confiscated guns, people that inadvertently, in most cases, brought the gun to the airport. Last year in 2024, didn't Tampa have like 150 cases?
It was like one every other day or something.
There was a lot of them.
Yeah.
People that have a gun in a bag, a briefcase, a backpack, whatever, they forgot. So I have never witnessed this, but I witnessed this particular event. Fester, it's right there.
Yep.
All right. So bring that up, unmute it. And this is from last Friday night. Listen.
MJ from the MJ Morning Show on Q105 Tampa Bay, 104.7 FM. Just saw something here at Tampa International that I haven't seen before. Cops rush to the TSA checkpoint, and a guy is pulled off to the side. You know where they like swab your luggage? And they're like, is there a gun in the bag? Is there a gun in the bag? And then the cops ask the same question. They open up the bag, and he's trying to tell them, no, it's a scanner. And the guy pulls out like a pricing gun. It's like a pricing scanner, like an infrared, like laser scanner or something for barcodes.
So that was the deal.
How can they not tell?
They thought it was a gun.
Oh,
and I
come
guess what protocol is they held the guy's bag and then they call for the police. So the police must have been alerted, the TSA police, airport police, quickly. So 2 airport police, Tampa Airport Police, it's its own agency, a male cop and a female cop, and they're standing over this guy. And the TSA guy's asking, is there a gun in the bag? And the cops are saying, sir, is there a gun in the bag?
And he's like, no.
And he's like, no, it's a scanner. I'm overhearing all this. I'm like, what it's a scanner? What does that mean? And they pull the thing out, and it's like a handheld scanner. Like at Home Depot or Walmart, the detachable. If you have a large item, you can detach the scan. It was something similar to that. But the form factor on the X-ray, they thought it was a gun.
Wow.
Because it had a handle and a little trigger mechanism?
I guess so.
That actually makes sense.
They thought it was a gun. And police were called, and they open up the guy's bag, and they pull this thing out. And it was wrapped in like a plastic bag, like an opaque, one of the cheap, supermarket T-shirt bag. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And they pull it out, and sure enough, I'm looking at this thing. It's like a
full scanner.
It's like a scanner gun.
Exactly what the guy said it was.
Exactly what the guy said it was. But there was a little drama, a little excitement, and I didn't tell the story on the air, but it was on my Instagram. Hence, there is material on my Instagram that doesn't always make it to the show. It just did, but, a week later. So follow my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. We'll get to Chloe's cars in just a second. And I want to thank everyone that responded to the Chloe Car Quest. And I'll get to that in a minute. The email response yesterday was off the freaking charts. Of people saying, oh, Chloe ought to try this, try that. Chloe's got about 6 or 8 cars that she's, got her eyes on. And I'll address that in just a matter of minutes. All right, first, though, and this is very funny, because Michelle and I just started watching an old TV series, and this kind of comports a little bit. Listen to this, Michelle, and see if you can tell me where this is going. College students create a dating app with safety as the top priority. Yeah, this is a group of students at Ohio State. They created a new app called Duo Date.
Duo Date.
Duo, D-U-O, like the Dunkin' Duo. So Duo Date. It took roughly 13 months to develop the product, says Nick Saris, the CEO and co-founder. The creators said they know safety can be a concern in Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, that's a huge campus, too. Ohio State, like probably 75,000, 50. That's a huge campus, huge student body. The creators said they know safety can be a concern, especially when meeting strangers online. They made it so that dating doesn't have to be alone. Once we saw that there was a market need for a solution to such a problem like safety in the dating space, we thought to implement the fix for people. He's a junior finance student at Ohio State, at OSU. So when he was not busy, he was working on the app with friends. Hundreds and hundreds of hours went into development. Through Duo Date, the dating is all done in groups. Sarah said that it was inspired by a family friend who had just gotten out of a relationship and was using dating apps. Every time she went on a date, she would bring her best friend with her to make her feel more safe.
Yeah, make sure she doesn't get chopped up or something. I
So,
understand.
Duo.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. So what do you have, like date nights where you reserve like 2 spots and there'll be like 15 or 12, 16 people there or something?
There's a salad place up in New York called Chopped. Let's go on our first date to Chopped. You know, that's where they take all your salad ingredients that you picked out.
They chop it up?
And then it's in a bowl. Then they dump it on a like a cutting board, and they got a giant chopper. And then they chop the whole thing up. It's called Chopped. So imagine if you went out on a date with a serial killer who was like a hacker, and he took you to Chopped, and then you ended up Chopped later on.
I like a good chopped salad.
All right. Anyway.
Like
Yeah,
they already chewed it
Michelle
for you.
loved that place.
It's like they already chewed it the first couple of times for you.
Oh.
Yes. That's what it's like.
No.
All right.
Yes.
So speaking of dating, it's a clever concept. So it's kind of like a double dating. You put together a date with somebody online, but then you go with somebody else. So it's like safety in numbers is what it comes down to.
Oh, so here, you can match yourself with other people, and it's like Let's Duo. So these two meet, and these two meet, and then the couples pick another couple.
But what if the couple you picked are in cahoots and they're serial killers too?
What if you end up with born killers?
Yeah. What if you end up with but Honey Bunny? What if you end up with Honey Bunny? You know? Oh no, Honey Bunny was Pulp Fiction. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. All right. So I'm looking at this website, Duo Date. All right. So that's the story I saw that was interesting. But what show have we just started watching and we're laughing out loud hysterically? Now, I want to know, how the hell did we not know about this show?
I don't know, but let's see how long it takes you to say it all.
Michelle, would you like to reveal the show?
What show?
Nathan For You.
Have you ever heard of or seen Nathan For You?
I've heard of it. I have not watched it.
Oh my God.
Fester. It is so right up your alley.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
I have a very specific alley.
No, this guy just makes everything so incredibly awkward. It is so entertaining to watch. And also he executes all of his ideas like so thoroughly and to perfection that there's no room for error really on his part. And the unsuspecting, participant who's like willing to let him engage with them on some business level, but I mean, where he takes it is just crazy.
The star's name, the creator and the actor, the star in this kind of, it's like a mockumentary kind of thing. And
like a satire piece or something?
Totally satirical. Absolutely. So it's a Canadian comedian. The guy's name is Nathan Fielder. I don't know what the what did he do recently that you saw?
The Curse from last year with Emma Stone.
All right. So he was in that or did that. So this Nathan For You, it came out in February of 2013, so 12 years ago. Actually, the 28th. Today's the 28th. So exactly 12 years ago today is when this thing came out. And it was on Comedy Central. It had 4 seasons, a total of 32 episodes. But one of the episodes we saw last night was the dating episode.
Right.
Where you hired like a bouncer or
no.
The concept was that
it wasn't a bouncer.
What do you call it then?
It was a daddy.
That's a date daddy or whatever.
Right. So there was some dating service it was brand new, like Dating DNA, and they were having trouble getting people to use it because the girls were scared, right? Like we always are, right? Like who you're meeting, and so his idea was he hired people to pretend like they were the daddy or something else like that could be in the presence of them. So he dressed up in a burqa, and the couple went to a bowling alley, and he was bowling in a burqa next to them so he could monitor the dude and make sure that everything was okay. And then the next one, he hired somebody who looked like a daddy, and that guy was like, "Yeah, I'm your daddy, and when we get done tonight, I'm gonna tuck you in. I'm gonna make sure you get home safe. I'm gonna tuck you in safely."
All right.
And you're like, "Oh my gosh, what is happening?"
It's hysterical.
All right, so this show ended when? The 4 seasons like before 2020, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So if it came out in 2013, was it done by
2017?
I don't know if they ran like a season a year, but the thing's hysterical. And we're going to blow through 32 episodes pretty quickly because they're short. They're like 20 minutes apiece, 25 minutes. They're very, very quick. And there was one last night. I was just rolling on another one with the lawyer. And then he tries to he like buries stuff in the contract. So a lawyer signed a contract.
In a previous episode.
In a previous episode,
Yeah.
and he said that he's liable for like all damages, and then the lawyer grabs the contract out of his hands.
He folds it up and puts it in his pocket, and Nathan keeps saying, can we just get a shot of it? Just take it out and lay it on the table. And the lawyer's like, well, not if you're going to try to grab it from me. And
He says,
Nathan's like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, we
I'm
just
not gonna
need
do that.
we just need you to put the contract on the desk so we can get a camera shot of it. And then he puts it down. Then Nathan jumps on the desk and tries to grab it. I mean, it's hysterical.
All right, I'll check it out.
I mean, where the hell? How did we not know
I
about
don't
this
know.
thing?
There's so much stuff out there.
Nathan for You from 2013 is hysterical. We're watching it on what? On Paramount Plus.
Paramount.
It's like everything these days is niche broadcasting. You either know about it or you have no clue about it.
Right.
Absolutely hysterical. What is the worst thing that can happen to you if you're watching the new Captain America Brave New World?
Are you in a theater?
No,
or-
you're in a theater.
Okay.
Yep. Well, maybe this is not the worst, but it's a pretty bad thing.
The screen collapses.
Well, you're pretty close. The whole ceiling collapsed.
Oh. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
my
Good.
God.
That's a better answer than I was going to give.
Yeah, this is in Washington State. Moviegoers got a little close to the action. Tuesday night, they're watching Captain America Brave New World, and they're at the Liberty Cinema in downtown Wenatchee, Washington, when the theater ceiling collapsed onto the audience.
I mean, was it just pieces of like that drop ceiling? That's no big deal. Or was it like the entire roof?
The Wenatchee Fire Department responded 8 p.m. on Tuesday, finding people in attendance. No injuries reported, but the ceiling collapsed. That's interactive.
Yeah.
It's an immersive, interactive movie experience when the ceiling collapsed. And, I wonder if it collapsed during like an action scene where stuff was like blowing up and
the I don't know, it's not what's the effect of the speakers, MJ, where you could feel things shaking or moving around?
I remember the big deal was when I was a kid in the mid 70s, I might have been, 9 years old, 10 years old, and the movie Earthquake came out. And it was Sense-Around, and they claimed that the subwoofers, I mean, it gave you like the rumbly effect, and that was like the big marketing gimmick for the movie Earthquake. I think Charlton Heston was in that or whatever. So, see who was in Earthquake. Stars in Earthquake, and Sense-Around was the big deal. But man, this is a very interactive experience. Oh, George Kennedy was in Earthquake. What else?
Did you see the pictures of the ceiling collapse?
Yeah.
Did you wonder why nobody was hurt?
Because nobody was there?
Well,
two people?
There were only two people in the theater.
Charlton Heston, Ava Gardner, George Kennedy.
Oh, Charlton Heston was in Earthquake.
Lauren Green.
Yes, I was a
bunch of big stars.
Charlton Heston, Ava Gardner, George Kennedy, Lauren Green, Richard Roundtree, Walter Matthau was in Earthquake. Yeah, that's Victoria Principal was in Earthquake. That was prior to what was that? Dallas, right?
Dallas.
Wow, look at that. Yeah, so I was saving the best for last. That there were only two people. I don't think the reviews are very good for the Captain America, the latest.
It depends on what time of day. Also, I mean, like the 12:10 showing in the middle of the right afternoon is probably going to get less people.
How about a Tuesday night?
Yeah.
I'm going to hold the picture of the theater up on MJTV.
Oh, what a mess.
Right?
Look at this thing. I'm holding it up to MJTV right now.
What do you give those people? Like a year's free movie pass or something? Unlimited free popcorn for life?
Raise it up higher.
That's
Is
pretty.
that good?
What a mess. Oh, man.
I mean, you got ceiling tiles in my popcorn.
That is literally the second worst thing I could think of to happen at a movie theater.
Yeah, there are some worse things that can happen. But man, this it is a mess. Oh, Andrew says that the new Captain America movie, Brave New World, only has a 49% on the tomato meter. Is that audience or critics score? Critics is 49. What is the audience score? 79% from the viewers, but 49. I heard it was not that. You see, those movies are not my genre anyway. I don't really care for those things.
But the people who are responsive really are into it. And for it to be a 79, that's a pretty low score.
All right. When we get back.
Oh, by the way.
Yeah.
the movie theater's temporarily closed.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it should be.
Michelle's on the Google right
That's
now.
exactly right.
And it's saying the theater is temporarily closed. Oh, man. I mean, we got Tropicana Field needs a new roof, and so does this movie theater in Washington State. They're bi-coastal buddies. All right, 9:21 at the MJ Morning Show. Speaking of Tropicana Field, there's a report that Tropicana could go bankrupt.
Like the juice manufacturer
Yeah,
in Britain?
in Bradenton. Yeah, I mean, I'd hate to see that. But also, remember they F things up recently. Remember there was a huge backlash against Tropicana for something they did?
Their new
Yeah,
container.
dude, that was a cliffhanger. It was a teaser.
Is awesome. Here you go. I
No.
totally switched it
No,
around.
no, people.
I gave the wrong
People
cliffhanger.
were complaining.
It's a cliffhanger.
Oh, you're
I spun
joking.
it after you yelled at me for
All
giving
right.
away the cliffhanger.
All right, hang on. All right,
So we're still talking about it now.
Final segment, lots of crap. Chloe's car shopping. I want to share some of the emails from all the listeners. We'll get to that coming up next. We got a big, long, loaded final segment next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. Oh! Welcome to the final segment, MJ Morning Show here on a Friday. Weekend is straight ahead. Michelle, I am looking forward to a lovely, relaxing weekend with my bride of nearly 31 years and a wonderful temporary addition to the MJ Morning. I got another email. If you don't believe, I'm not making this crap up. Listen to this. Email just came in. Great show. Here we go. From Cindy. Cindy McBee writes in just a few minutes ago. I really like the blend of your wife, Michelle, on. I'm off on Fridays, and it's so entertaining. Who else has this? You, Fester. Children with Michelle, who is more mature, just works. Love it. So Fester and I are the children, and Michelle is more mature. It just works. Love it. That's great.
Fester, do you love it? You love me sitting in here next to you.
I can't comment about show dynamic.
Hey, Fester, don't close the Tropicana window. Yep. But also bring up the Oscar nominees.
It's not this weekend, right?
That's why. Yeah, that's why I'm bringing it up.
I don't know or care. I thought they were going to postpone the Oscars because like the ballot house burned down or something.
They already did, I think. I think this is the postponed
Oscar
date, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of the voting. Like I'm a SAG-AFTRA member, and I got to vote for SAG-AFTRA for those awards, which were last week. And those were pushed back a little bit because of the fires in Los Angeles. Anyway, a lot to cover here in the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show. Tropicana could file for bankruptcy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, plus there's this orange production downturn. You've got
There's a lot of reasons why.
Yeah, you know, Michelle had a story that she sent me a couple of weeks ago. And it was like the end of Florida oranges.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
you've got that greening disease.
Yeah.
Florida has been devastated by several very strong hurricanes, which has hurt the supply.
Hurricanes, you've got the
tree virus, the tree disease, really, really hurting
That's
crops.
like a root issue, and I guess it was turn the oranges green, or the oranges never emerged from the green phase to the orange phase.
They never ripen up.
Yeah.
Another thing, people are changing.
That's the word I was looking for, ripen. Thank you.
People are also changing their eating habits. I mean, OJ is really high in sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are steering clearer of that.
Well, listen.
And it's getting very expensive.
An 8-ounce glass of orange juice has more sugar and calories, I believe, than an 8-ounce glass of Coke. However, the orange juice is going to be better for you than the Coca-Cola.
I get
all
it,
right?
but people are cutting back on Coke as well. I mean, all these really sugary things people are just more aware of now.
But also, we don't sit around the table in the morning and drink the glass of orange juice like, how we used to, like make breakfast and drink the orange juice. That's what they're saying, too.
You know what? They need to bring Anita Bryant back.
All right.
A little throwback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm joking. I don't think she's around anymore, is she?
I don't know who Anita Bryant is.
Oh, forget it.
I didn't get the reference.
I just remember there was a whole hoop-de-doo when I was like, oh, she just died in December. I remember when I was like 10 or 12 years old, there was a whole thing with Anita Bryant, and she was like, she did the Florida orange juice commercials, and then she went on this whole anti-homosexual tangent, and it just became a total cluster. So Tropicana could file for bankruptcy. Tropicana Brands Group has seen sales and profits go downhill in recent years. Founded in Bradenton in 1947.
I did not know that a Sicilian immigrant founded Tropicana Field. I did not know that.
Yeah, they blame higher prices, competition, shifting consumer trends, shortages after the hurricanes. You get the greening disease, which is awful. And then they made a marketing faux pas. They changed the container that people loved. There was that shape of that plastic Tropicana
like
container.
A carafe.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And then they changed it into just this straight up, dull, boring. And the backlash to the Tropicana orange juice container change was very strong.
They also pulled out another 4 ounces of orange juice. So it shrinkage and a goofy looking container.
Speaking of food, true or false? Anthony Bourdain, I love the guy. It's like, dude, Anthony Bourdain, you had so much more to give. The food additive, and of course MSG very famous for being used in
Asian cuisine,
Chinese food.
Okay.
More specifically Chinese food.
So I watch a couple of real chefs on Instagram. I follow a couple, and they all love MSG.
That's the deal. Yeah. Bourdain loved MSG, and he defended MSG. MSG really got a bad rap. It started.
Is it like salt?
Yeah, it's
salt.
It's monosodium, so mono 1 salt and glutamate. It's like a compound, with salt and if you want to look it up, you can give me the whole rundown.
Yeah.
But MSG, listen, even Uncle Roger, remember Uncle Roger with the whole fried rice deal?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when Uncle Roger just totally ripped apart some BBC cook presenter, and she was making fried rice, and it was just horrific. It was like a complete show,
Did you know Uncle Roger had a TV show?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just saw it. It just came up on my suggestions.
He got that from
the videos.
His videos that went viral on YouTube.
Well, I remember the videos. I just never saw the show.
Uncle Roger even say,
MSG, the king of flavor.
You hear that? One more time.
MSG, the king of flavor.
MSG, the king of flavor. Uncle Roger say MSG, king of flavor. And Anthony Bourdain was very vocal, outspoken. Anthony Bourdain loved MSG, defended MSG. And I'm not talking Madison Square Garden. I'm talking the Chinese, mostly used in Chinese. It's a food additive. And it was the history back in late 60s, early 70s. There was something that was spread that MSG was the reason why you got a headache after eating Chinese food. But MSG adds a flavor profile. A lot of people these days, they'd love to use the term umami. Umami. MSG was like the original umami.
Umami is the fifth.
No, it's not umami. It's umami.
Umami.
All right.
Umami is the fifth basic taste after sweet, sour, salty, and bitter. So it gives you a whole new taste sensation.
You're a freaking expert. You can't even pronounce it properly.
I didn't say I'm an expert. I say I'm an expert at not reading things off of Google correctly.
Okay, all right.
I can't tell. It's umami. I've never said that word before. Umami is the fifth basic taste.
Umami.
Okay.
I've got an umami setting on my Zojirushi rice cooker.
Last time I said umami,
Yeah.
somebody was,
Right.
hanging out with me.
MSG, the king of flavor.
MSG is the king of flavor. Speaking of additional food, and this is also very, Chinese food related, but really any food related.
Is MSG just a standalone segment, like a quick little blurb about Anthony Bourdain loving it?
What are you asking me?
I don't know if you had more.
No, I'm just saying that
did Anthony Bourdain love it or hate it? Loved it. Okay, next.
I stumbled across an item that Anthony Bourdain loved MSG, defended MSG, and was very upset that many people disparage MSG. I want to put MSG on my waffles.
Oh boy, I'm so glad you said waffles.
I'm kidding.
Oh my god, I was guessing the next word out of your mouth, and I was like, no. I mean, it started with a W, but I was like, so glad you said waffles.
Right. No, but MSG is flavor. Don't be afraid of MSG. I've never got a headache from MSG.
Seriously?
I never got a headache from China. I love Chinese food.
I've gotten hungry 3 hours later, but I haven't had a headache.
In
from
fact,
Chinese
you know
food.
what, Michelle? I want Chinese this weekend. Let's go to China Yuan. Don't we? We owe someone dinner. We ought to meet with some friends for maybe a Sunday dinner at China Yuan over on Armenian. That's my favorite Chinese in town is Peter over at China Yuan.
Who haven't you gone out to dinner with in a long time? What's his name?
YUAN, China Yuan. Go see Peter. I'm going to go see Peter this weekend.
Fester. That's right, Fester. You haven't gone out with Fester
you
want
to do? You want to do it? You want to do you want to do the Fester and Chloe, Michelle? You want to do it Sunday night?
You going to be there?
Yes.
Oh.
No.
Let me think about it. Let me get back to you. Let me talk to my people.
But
Allison says no already.
All right, speaking of food, and this is really all types of food, all types of restaurants. Now there's a new scare on the plastic takeout containers, and it's not even the recommendation that you never reheat or microwave your food in those black plastic containers. So listen to this. A recent study found a link between eating out from takeout containers and congestive heart failure. What?
What?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. What? Huh? Yeah. Recent research suggests that simply placing hot food into the plastic takeout containers could give you heart problems. And guess what? The research came out of China.
Oh.
That's where the research came from.
You know what?
Came right out of the Wuhan lab.
The biggest offenders of using those containers. So.
Yeah. Researchers conducted experiments on rats, exposing them to water that had been boiled and placed in a plastic takeout lid for different durations. 1, 5, 15 minutes over a period of 3 months. The results were alarming. Regardless of how long the plastic had been in contact with hot liquid, the rats experienced significant disruptions in the gut biome, including inflammation, which increases the risk of cardiovascular disease. Researchers also discovered significant damage to myocardial or heart muscle, leading them to conclude that high-frequency exposure to plastics is significantly associated with an increased risk of congestive heart failure. Just go back to those old white cardboard containers, with the little flaps. That's what they need to do. I'm sorry for the warning on the takeout food items, and remember the whole plastic utensil deal.
Yeah.
Remember they backtracked on that though.
Because the study was flawed.
Yeah.
I love microplastics. I don't know about you. I mean, I've had so many microplastics in my body, I probably have like an entire G.I. Joe guy.
What's that claim that we eat like a credit card worth of plastic like every month?
I don't believe that. It seems like an awful lot of plastic, although I'm down for it.
That does seem a little ridiculous. I want to thank all the folks that reached out.
Oh, what?
With Chloe's car shopping. Man, I have so many emails. You can always email me. I'm mj@mjmorningshow.com. That's mj@mjmorningshow.com. And I showed Michelle, I was just scrolling the pages on my MJ Morning Show email. I was just showing Michelle the inbox last night, and it's insane. Look, Heather is giving us SUV suggestions. She loves her small Lexus SUV. It's on and on. Thank you, Heather. Then there's Tracy Lombardia. She's making a RAV4 Toyota recommendation. Then I've got Thomas is recommending a Buick Encore. Here's Scott Hansen. He says Subaru Crosstrek. Here's Troy, another Subaru recommendation. Here's Christian, Volvo XC40.
Dude, I have every car guy I know sending me a text message. Tell MJ about this. Tell MJ about that.
I mean, it's insane. I have like 100 or 200 emails from people recommending, Chloe's car shopping with us now because Chloe is going to need a car for law school, which she'll enter law school, still to be determined where, but she'll enter in the fall, and Chloe's going to need her first car. So we're going car shopping now. And Michelle, you want to get into a car. You want her to get into a car as soon as possible so
Yes.
she can really kind of get acclimated because she just hasn't had a lot of driving experience.
Yeah, I just can't like dump her at law school with a new car, a new place, a new, life and be like, here you go. I don't feel like that's setting her up for success.
Yeah. So for the last, 8 months or so, she's been taking an Uber or a Lyft to work every day.
Yeah.
Because Chloe's been working at the Hillsborough County State Attorney's Office as a felony assistant, and she's got the job. It'll be a little over a year, but she's been Ubering or Lyfting. And the bottom line is, guess what? With car and insurance, it's cheaper for her to take a Lyft or an Uber to and from work every day.
Yeah, she's about to find that out.
What do you mean?
Well, she's going to see the numbers.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
we're going to be able to, do a side-by-side comparison. So she's going to understand that.
Once she sees the insurance bill rolling in for a
Uh-huh.
23-year-old, she's
Yeah.
going to be like, holy guacamole.
But thanks again. Thanks to all the emailers. I really appreciate your active listenership and emailing me. And, of course, my private email is mj@mjmorningshow.com. You can always send me any email, any content. Listen, I always suggest that you call the show. Don't always wait for me to say, hey, call us, 800-990-1047. You can call the show anytime you want. I might not have been planning to go to phones, but we have people that add things to segments all the time. And Andrew will put you through if you've got something great to add. 800-990-1047. Call us whenever you want, or email me, mj@mjmorningshow.com. Oscars are Sunday night. I don't even know what channel has it. Who has the Oscars?
Who knows?
Is it ABC or
Could be.
Who has the Oscars?
Or it could be somebody else.
Andrew, can you tell me who's got the Oscars this year? I don't even know what network. Let me
I
see.
feel like ABC traditionally carries it. I don't know why I feel that way.
I think the Oscars have been on ABC a lot, but I don't know if ABC does have the Oscars.
The Oscars 2025, the 97th Annual Academy Awards on ABC.
This is ABC.
All right, ABC's got it. All right, let's go down the list here quickly, just like Best Picture, maybe Best Actor, Best Actress.
Actor in a leading role.
Actor in a leading role. The nominees are Adrian Brody for The Brutalist. Michelle and I saw that. It was fantastic. He was fantastic. Love The Brutalist, even though it was 3 days long.
Was it really long?
It was a 3.5 hour movie.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was a long movie, but it was great. Timothy Chalamet, A Complete Unknown.
Boo.
He was really good as Bob Dylan, but that movie just left me wanting more. I didn't think it was developed that great.
I don't really find it exciting to watch somebody pretend to be somebody else because apparently he worked on this role for like 2 years.
Oh, yes,
So
and he
how
learned
long?
it.
How long does it take
Singing.
to
Isn't that every movie though?
No. When you have a created role that you have to bring something to is very different than somebody.
Goodfellas, Ray Liotta was trying to act like Henry Hill.
Yeah, but
Everybody tries to act like somebody.
But Henry Hill wasn't like a super famous person where he had lots of video to observe and just emulate.
Listen, I will give Timothy Chalamet credit for learning to play the guitar and singing. That's a credit to him.
Okay,
and listen, he was good, but anyway.
Like Bob Dylan's that hard to impersonate.
Actor in a leading role. So Adrian Brody, Brutalist, Timothy Chalamet, A Complete Unknown, the Bob Dylan deal. Coleman Domingo and Sing Sing. That was a great movie.
That was a great
We
movie.
really
I'm sure
enjoyed
they're all
Sing Sing.
great movies. These guys are nominated for big awards.
Ralph Fiennes. How do you
Rafe
say his name?
Fiennes.
How do you say his name?
Rafe Fiennes.
What Fiennes?
So Ralph Fiennes, whatever it is. Ralph. Anyway, Conclave. What?
Ralph is the part of the name you have a problem with? Ralph.
All right, so whatever. Conclave was also fantastic. We
Boo.
enjoyed the hell out. You didn't like that?
Yeah.
Well, I liked it.
They're all pretty good movies.
And then Sebastian Stan in The Apprentice.
Do you care about supporting role, or you want to get straight to actress?
All right, so actress. No, we're just doing the main stuff. And then the best picture. So actress in a leading role. Nominees, Cynthia Erivo in Wicked. I have no desire to see Wicked. Never saw it, won't see it. Carla Sofia Gascon for Amelia Perez. That's the one that effed up her chances with the whole tech scandal, right?
I don't know. They're bringing her back.
Well, she's been rehabilitated?
Who knows? Yeah.
Someone did chest compressions on her Oscar hopes?
I don't know.
I'm just saying there's 5 people in the category. She stands a shot.
All right, Mikey Madison from Honora. She was incredible. Honora was tremendous. Honora, one of the best movies I saw in the whole year. Honora was, if you haven't seen Honora, it's streaming everywhere now. Watch Honora, Anora, this weekend. It's about a Brooklyn strip club, and a Russian oligarch's son in Brooklyn. This story is great.
All my favorite people in one movie.
Yeah. So Nora, Mikey Anderson. Oh, Demi Moore. Or I'm sorry, Demi. Demi Moore in The Substance. I'm going to give it to her. I think that Demi Moore ought to win for The Substance. What a phenomenal movie. So different, so disturbing.
And again, another movie where I dragged you to see it. What do you know about this movie, Michelle? Oh my gosh, you're taking. And then when I try to describe it to you, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Didn't you guys see this in the theater?
We did. So one of the rare movies that we saw last year in the theater, I ended up getting the SAG-AFTRA screener. I ended up getting it, but we went to the theater to actually watch The Substance.
And you laughed like the last 20 minutes.
Right.
You were just laughing hysterically.
Man, I'm telling you. And then Fernanda Torres, I'm Still Here. We didn't see that.
No.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. But I'm telling you right now, I'm going with Demi Moore for The Substance. I then find Best Picture. And that's
picture,
it.
Costume design, directing,
I'm not doing
documentary short, film editing, international.
Dude, keep going.
I'm going. I'm looking.
Music, Best Picture.
Best Picture. I got it here.
Best Picture, Honora.
Let me guess. He says they're all good movies.
Honora was fantastic.
Oh, see, there we go.
The Brutalist, fantastic.
Okay.
A Complete Unknown, enjoyable, but I didn't think it was fantastic. Conclave, fantastic. Dune Part 2, Julian forced me to watch that. It was fantastic. Amelia Perez, haven't seen it. I do have the screener at home, though. I'm Still Here, haven't seen it. Nickel Boys, haven't seen it. Oh, you know what that is? Nickel Boys. Nickel Boys is that abuse of the boys' school up in the Panhandle.
Panhandle of
yeah.
Florida, yeah.
Remember that story?
Tragic story, yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
The Substance, Best Picture, and then Wicked. Best Picture, what am I going with? Oh, boy.
You're going with Wicked, aren't you?
No.
You're going to defy gravity and go with Wicked.
It's going to be between The Substance,
Nope,
Conclave, and Brutalist, and Honora. You know what? I'm going with Honora.
I think a lot of people think Conclave is going to win.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's.
I think so.
I think Honora or Conclave.
But again, I think that Honora.
Russian oligarchs and bratty kids and Brooklyn strippers, or the Pope.
I think Honora and the Brutalist are just so much more creative and original and unique than Conclave. That one was actually based on a book.
All right, so what are you picking for Best Picture? As we wrap things up, what are you picking?
Honora.
All right, what's more likely to happen this weekend? Conclave winning Best Picture?
Yeah.
Oh, don't say it. Do not say it. The Pope is rebounding, dude.
Is he?
Oh, he is.
Yes.
Okay, I take it back. I didn't know.
Oh, dude, the Pope is rebounding.
Sorry, I didn't know, Pope.
Bester, you were praying for him.
I was prepared.
You are a hideous Catholic.
You're a hideous Jew. Big deal. Okay, so what? I mean, we're all idiots.
And on that.
Oh, man. All right, we got to get the hell out of here. 9:51 at the MJ Morning Show. Folks, have a great weekend. Are we going to hunt down the pizza guy?
Yeah, it's at the dog park or the dog bar.
Hold on. Where the?
I put it in your text. The dog bar down in like downtown St. Pete somewhere. There's like a dog bar.
Am I going to find parking or what?
Like you can bring dogs. Like I saw it. Like you bring dogs to the bar. Yeah,
and they have a restaurant there, but they also have like food trucks. And our pizza man with the other pizza man with the other food trucks.
The dog bar, the Cipolla Rosa Pizza. He's a mobile pizza guy. Another one of these guys with a real Italian wood-fired Napoli oven, and This Chipola Rosa makes an awesome pizza, and he's going to be at the Dog Bar 5 to 9 tonight, so I think Michelle might make her way down.
How awesome is
You know
that?
what? Let's double dip it. Maybe we do, I'm in the mood for a Detroit. Let's do Detroit pizza. You can get your Old World margarita. We'll do lunch at Nona Slice House.
No.
And
We'll do that tomorrow.
then we can swing by Sardo's on Olmerton, and then we'll do dinner at the Chipola Rosa.
That's a lot of pizza.
Yeah.
Dude,
No.
there is never enough time for pizza, okay? I need so much more time. I could eat pizza every single meal. Folks, have a great weekend. We'll see you back here Monday morning, MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. Oh, give me a follow. I'm sure there'll be some adventures on my Instagram this weekend. Certified MJ. Oh, we didn't talk about your teeth. Again.
Monday.
All right,
We'll give it
all right,
Monday.
all right.
Get a sneak preview right now on MJ's Instagram.
Again, there's content that we don't always get to on the show, and there's a great one from last night. Just look for Fester's picture. Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. Give me a follow, and we'll see you back here Monday. MJ Morning Show, Q105. Do me a favor this weekend, folks, and every day, let's be careful out there. Start your spring cleaning early and get an insanely clean home with Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. For this month only, mention me, MJ.